Hello, everyone. We are sorry we are currently a little late. We will be on shortly. We're currently interviewing potentially a new player, real quick, so that could be fun. We'll be back momentarily. Bye.
ping me on the side, Elmo, and let me know when your character's up to 6th level.
I can't
And,
edit it right now. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you brought him in. I gotta set you to edit. Hang on a second.
Okay. Greetings, everyone. Sorry for the delay.
All right. And Ryan, you got us set up with another. Okay, cool. Hang on a second.
It's all set.
Perfect. Hang on a second.
So I apologize, but this is also he's a hobgoblin. So he's a hobgoblin. He just got a weird about it.
Hobgoblins are cool. You're ugly, but you're cool.
Yeah. So I like get into character too. So apologies.
Hey, no worries, man.
No, there's a lot of role play here. It's okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
For anybody who's actually paying attention on Twitch right now, we're bringing in a new player. We've got Elmo here who will be playing Asher, what was it again? Hobgoblin Rogue.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And we'll introduce him when we get to the right point here in session. Okay. So who wants a card?
I'll let Leonin take that.
I always want a card. I mean, that's
right.
like a no-brainer.
Okay. Well, let me pause real quick here. You know, for anybody who doesn't know how we use these cards, and also for Elmo. So you're familiar with the inspiration mechanic, assumedly?
Yes. Most
Okay. We do it a little bit different. So, you familiar with the Harrow deck from Pathfinder?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So I've got the Harrow deck in here. And when you could earn inspiration, you might instead get a draw from the Harrow deck.
Ooh.
And you can have more than one card, which is a little different. You know, normally you either have inspiration or you don't. And also, each card has its own special abilities. If you look in the journal, you're going to see that, you know, I've kind of got everything organized, but you know, you got your players and then whatever assets that they have, you know, your PC, maybe any NPC followers, magic items, whatever. Further down, monsters that might be available to the group, like, you know, riding horses or whatever it could be. You'll see that in its own folder. You're also going to see the harrowing. And the harrowing is a description of every harrow card and what it does in the campaign.
Like
right. So as an example, right now, Tyler, you've got a card, Amir's card, whatever that is. Do you happen to remember off the top of your head what it does?
No, I don't remember.
Generally, okay. Well, generally I have 3 abilities. Okay. One is just like any inspiration mechanic. You can say, I'm going to use this card. You drop the card, I pick it up, and you get advantage on the next roll, next die 20 roll, right?
Okay.
Instead, you know, each Harrow card is tied to an attribute as well as an alignment. And for those that are tied to like strength, if you want to make a saving throw or an ability check with that's tied to that card, you play the card and you don't have to make a roll. You automatically succeed. You don't crit, you just succeed. Okay. Then the other one is kind of tied to your alignment, and there's some really variable ones. Some of the most powerful ones is like you could get a one-time sneak attack. You could get a one-time heal. You know, there's a lot of like little extra things that you could do, and you don't have to play that card on yourself. Okay, you can play it on somebody else. You can give that card, that inspiration, to any of your friends. Now, how do you earn them? Well, the way we usually play this is that if we got a really entertaining recap from the last session, that could earn you a card. If you do something really cool and crazy, that could be worth a card. Generally speaking, if everybody else agrees, that might be worth a card.
Okay.
And and then I have another thing I call claiming a setback, which is if you look at your flaw of your character, and you do something with that flaw that would sort of create a setback for the whole party, not just yourself, that could be worth a card too. As an example, Yeah, I got a barbarian in my Tuesday night game who doesn't like talking and he just likes to act. So every time he can disrupt any of the other party members' plans by just diving straight in, he could earn a card for that, which is frustrating as hell to the rest of the group. So
Okay.
anyway, so that gives you an idea. All right, so back to you, Ryan.
First, I didn't actually introduce my character. My character is a bard. His name's Wardens of Farvale. Um, he's a fun guy. Parties a lot. Um,
Parties a lot. What
parties
is
a
your
lot.
definition by party? That's a.
I mean, like, ain't no party unless Lenin's there, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and so yeah, that's kind of Lenin. He's a bard. That's really all. That's kind of self-explanatory there. He doesn't like getting his clothes dirty at all. He's
He's one of
also
those.
he's also a noble.
If I can
Um,
interject, his most used spell is prestidigitation, just to
that
get
is
the dirt
true.
off of him.
It's basically on autocast. Um, so last week, on last week's episode of Dragon Ball Z, um, we we planted an acorn and went to the Fey world because Kellenen's one of our players that is no longer with us. Got charmed by some what were they?
Dryads.
Dryads. That's what I couldn't think about. Got charmed by some dryads, and so we had to go after him. So we went we crawled into this tree and came out into the Fey world. Was about to fight some trees, but ended up not. Ended up sidestepping that encounter. Then we arrived up to Kellenen having a jolly good time with 4 dryads, was it?
Yeah.
And
What?
Leonin resisted the dryad charms on as difficult as it was for him. Very difficult.
Were they female dryads?
Yes, they were female dryads that were not
Then
wearing.
I could kind of understand.
Then female dryads that were not wearing any clothing.
And Leonin has a flaw. What was that flaw, Leonin?
And Leonin's flaw is has an insatiable desire for the carnal pleasures. So
No,
it was
take it.
yeah. So we yeah. So he made it out. Emir, however,
By
yeah.
his skin apparently.
Yeah, Emir, however, didn't pass his save. Neither did Balner. So Balner and Emir got very nicely charmed by some very nice dryad ladies, and Emir is no longer a virgin.
Sorry.
That is proven. Balner started invoking Marika and didn't get his armor fully off by the time I dispelled the charm of the dryads. And the dryads weren't happy, and so a couple of them died.
Well, in Baldner's defense, if he'd known that they were dryads and actually, living plants, he might have been more willing.
That's true. And so
Yeah,
we booked it out of the forest, back to the hole, getting Killian and everybody out safely.
Well, let's not forget that before you killed the dryads, one of them actually stirred up the tree ant who was guarding that area.
Yeah, so
to,
we had
to fight you.
We had to book it past the tree ant, but I stalled the tree ant as we were getting out, and then once we got out, we hit the road again. It'd only been 2 days, 3 days.
We lost.
Did we lose a week?
6 days.
So we
We
lost
lost
6 days while being in the Feywild for 1 hour.
Yeah, for an hour.
And we made it like 3 days closer to the mine that we're in the process of heading towards. And then we got a random encounter of said tree ant that we sidestepped before coming and attacking us. And we killed
so
him.
basically the tree ant from the Feywild just caught up to you guys and tried to give you a beatdown.
Yeah, and he got beat down in the process.
Okay.
And that's how we got to level 6.
Well, I am level 6 now.
You didn't even have to fight a tree ant. Good job.
Think,
All right. All right. I suppose I'll give you a card for that.
Thank you.
But I-
Thank you very much.
but I technically really only initiative. So.
Okay.
Let's see what it was. This one's cool.
Okay. So to recap, you guys ended up walking most of the way back to the last town, Midwood, before your companions found you because they thought you were gone, lost, dead. Who knows?
Could you throw the map
Um,
up on there for us?
Yeah,
Tom?
absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Right. Let me pinpoint your location.
I love Snow White. It's the greatest thing I've ever.
What's that?
How do you pronounce your name? Balnur.
Balner.
I love your picture. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's Snow White with a cape on and a sword.
Oh, in the
yeah, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
All right. So,
Actually, that's John Snow White.
Ugh.
okay. So so guys, you continue on. I assume. You've got Okar Iron Eyes. He's grumpy that you guys lost 7 days, but he wants to keep on keeping on. So, assumedly, you guys keep moving.
Keep
Yeah.
on keeping on.
Okay. All right. You guys continue on until it gets to be about nightfall, and there's there's this road is not terribly well traveled. We talked about this. It's it's really more of like a horse cart that was perhaps well worn at some point and now has become just slightly overgrown. Still enough to follow, but you occasionally find trees that have fallen across the path. It's clearly not been well used for maybe the last you don't know how long, several months, right? And throughout the course of the day, Okar, you see him on the back of his cart, sort of, craning his head like he's listening. He's looking into the deeps of the trees on either side of the path. He just generally looks a little bit more nervous than you've really ever seen him before. And it's evening, probably an hour before dusk, and you're thinking about trying to find a place to hole up for the night. And as you do, there's what looks like a path that leads north and then back west into some lowlands, not too far from a river. And you can see down the hill that it kind of looks like it's maybe a hamlet, maybe 15 to 20 houses kind of scattered around, kind of a pastoral farm sort of area. But what you see is that the fields haven't really been brought in from last year's harvest, and it's it's springtime, and it's the planting season, the last couple days of cold even, and the ground hasn't been freshly tilled, and there's a lot of dead corn, maize, and other crops that are still hanging around from the previous season. The other thing that you notice, Amir especially, is that there are no smoke fires in any of the houses. He doesn't turn down that path towards the village, and he actually, when you see it, you notice that Okar sort of spurs his horse cart on to just go a little bit faster.
Uh-oh.
Okar, do you know this place?
He says, we don't want to stop there.
And why is that?
He says, as far as I know, the town's abandoned. He goes, it just the place gives me the creeps. He says, I was going to stay the night in there on my way through. He says, but the horses spooked and I left.
Could be a good, bad thing.
Hmm.
I'm clearly too upset at the sight of the wasted crops to being mentioned anything.
Sure.
Who could not water the corn?
What do you think, Amir? You want to go check it out?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Also, we don't have that long until nightfall, and
Okar, he looks back at you with this kind of imploring look, and he says, look, we can make another mile or two along the road. He goes, I'd just as soon have this place behind us. I'm sure there's going to be something along the road that we can bed down for the night.
But this place has beds. I like beds.
They're probably moldy by
Oh, I can clean that. That can just be cleaned real nicely. Elmer.
He he kind of takes a look around at the rest of you, and you see a look of distaste cross his face, but he says, well, he says, there's strength in numbers. He says, I suppose it'd be all right.
Easy date.
So what happened here?
Yeah, do you know what happened here?
Well, he says, you do know the stories that have kind of plagued this particular area, don't you?
No, actually, I don't.
inform us.
He says, because the few people I've encountered on the road, and at this point he kind of looks over at Newt as if maybe she could confirm this story, and he goes, you get any further west than Midwood, he says, and it was all the way to Gwyrath Bryn, that whole cantref. He said everybody talks about sightings of some dark shadow at night, something that flies, something black and on the wing. They call it Gloombringer.
Gloombringer. Have I heard of this Gloombringer folktale?
Make a history roll.
Yeah.
You're thinking it sounds like a kid's sort of, fairy tale or a nightmare.
I've heard these stories, and my mother used to tell them at night when I was a child.
Do you have history as a skill? Proficient in it? I don't
No,
think you do.
I do not. That's just
Okay.
a straight up 20.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Unless you have a proficiency in it, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'll just roll it. Can I take his 20?
No, you
How
can't.
about a 23, Tony?
Oh my God. Okay. Well, so the tales of Gloombringer actually go back a few centuries, and they talk about a plague that spread through the dim forest and killed more than a few elven settlements. Some of the original tales were that it might have been some sort of disease that spread because it killed vegetation and the elves alike. But some people said that they actually saw something at night, something that blocked out the stars, and that when it swept through, would annihilate everything in its path.
I'll relay that information. Yeah, maybe it's best if we leave.
Camelot, 'tis a silly place. So Okar, as you recount this, he goes, see what I mean? He goes, absolutely. We should continue on down the road.
Oh, look, yeah. I'm kind of not really feeling it. I don't really like ghost stories.
When we've heard we've heard the tales of not too long ago of a couple of elven settlements.
Yeah, those ones were the ones that like disappeared.
They got hit. That's why Kellen had left.
Guys,
Yeah,
while you're thinking, I'm gonna go get a quick refill. 2 minutes.
You have a minute and a half.
All right, I'll make it quick. I'll make it snappy.
I'm gonna run and go grab a popsicle. Be right back.
But honestly, I would be interested in it, mostly because I hadn't told any of y'all about my dreams or anything.
No.
But this kind of aligns a little bit with it.
Well, if Amir wants to go, we can go.
But at the same time, he's a little hesitant to, because I mean, this is something that he just had a dream about it and it knocked him out in the hallway. So
So are you telling us about the dreams now?
no,
Okay.
but I mean, I'm just kind of explaining to y'all out of character what my motivations, why I wouldn't want to stay. Maybe keep going down the road a little bit.
Why you wouldn't want to stay?
No, I wouldn't want to.
Oh, then yeah. Let's just not stay here then.
Yeah. Amir would not feel like he's powerful enough.
Yeah, I'm
to
cool
deal
with
with
that. Not staying. Just move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just keep going. His 2 minutes are up.
He's fired.
Alrighty. Okay. So, what'd you guys decide on? Anything?
No, we're going. We're not going to the town.
You're not. Okay. All right. So you guys decide to continue on a bit. Oh, as if it wasn't already stressful enough. After you tell this little tale, there's a peal of thunder and it starts to rain.
Great.
You don't know what this magical object is that Leonin has, but it looks like an umbrella to the modern eye. But for most of you do not know what this is. It is a magical contraption.
So what do you guys decide to continue down the road and bypass this little, even more overgrown horse cart trail and kind of continue west?
Well, I'll explain my motivations to you like I just did for Ballner and Leon. And Amir is drawing some pretty clear connections between this Gloombringer thing and the demon-like shadow that he has been seeing in his dreams. And he doesn't want to have anything to do with it right now. He doesn't feel like he's powerful enough. So if this town had anything to do with it, then he wants to just go right by it for now.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll agree. Balner says a prayer as the crops go to waste and we leave.
Okay.
Sorry, Tony. You didn't. Your hook didn't. We didn't take the hook. We didn't take the bait.
No, it's perfectly fine. So, you guys keep on keeping on.
Sounds a little hurt.
No, not at all.
Okay.
So you guys.
Oh, look, a great big puddle of plotline. Let's just go around that one.
That's right. Hell yeah. So you guys continue on. What I'd like to know is what your what your marching order is. Okar says he would prefer that there was somebody, on a faster horse with a better eye in front of him.
So Amir's in front.
Yeah, I think I'd be in front.
I mean, he's lost plenty of horses. He's not attached to his current one.
This is Trey.
Oh, that
or,
hurts.
Or horse number 3.
Is this your third? Okay,
Yeah, this
third
is
horse.
Trey.
Okay.
Trey.
Horse number 3.
Is his name literally Trey, or is that just a number you bestowed upon him?
That's a number I've bestowed upon him. 1 and
Leonin,
2
quick,
died tragically
loan
to
your,
rocks.
horse, Mir.
No. Me and my horses, we've been doing great since we left. Where did we leave? Not Leland's Orchard.
Or
crap.
Lane.
Yeah, Orlane. I don't even know my own city names. City names of my own country.
You're talking about Hawk?
Yeah.
Right.
Or state, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, wait. Quick segue. I remember the first one you lost because it got hit in the chest by a boulder thrown by a giant. What was the second one?
And then I did a really cool roll
How does that
tumble
even
off of it.
happen?
It only took 1 damage.
That's
How
true.
does that even happen?
We fight a lot of giants.
But how to get? Come on. I'll leave my imagination up to it.
Number 2, we were charging 2 giants that were destroying an orchard, and they saw us and they didn't like us, and they threw a rock at us.
The
And it hit
second
my
one was
horse
while we were
south of
charging
me.
the frost giant.
Yeah, I was charging the frost giant after I used the wand of wonder on it a couple of times,
Yeah.
and it threw a rock and hit it. So
Didn't like that.
number 2 went away. It's
Okay.
the same exact thing happened.
All right. So, I mean, if you're going to fight a giant, you should leave the horse at home. Clearly.
How else am I going to get close to it that quick?
Well, there's that. Maybe
The
you
point
need to
is you
step.
don't.
Yeah. All right. So you guys continue on for a bit, and it's getting darker, and you're trying to find any sort of camp spot. You're just, nothing's appearing, and the sound of
Well, to answer your marching order question, it's probably Amir, Kellinen, and then me, and then Grundar or Balner, Grundar, and then the dwarves, right?
But he probably wants to be right in the middle. So probably then have Balner and Grundar in the rear.
They're probably on little Shetland ponies, right? So
Okay.
Oh, he's on a regular
I'm
size
on
horse.
I think Balner's on a really big horse because that's all I could get at the time.
I'm kidding. I'm just messing with you.
It's Tony said I have to make like an athletics test just to get on the damn thing.
Oh yeah, that's true. I cannot make the distance. You're gonna have to toss me.
To toss me. That's right. Okay. And
And Newt would probably be riding on the cart with Okar.
Just in the cart.
okay.
I think I've got Grundar on the back of my horse.
Yeah, you're probably having to suffer through that. Or
No, we're
Grundar's
just
riding
having
in the cart.
We're just having a dwarven bonding moment.
Okay, so Balner, you and Grundar are in the rear, and then I've got, Amir and then Kellinen in front of Okar, and then you're probably beside the cart. Leonin, I'm assuming. Is that right?
Yeah, sure, that'll probably work.
Okay, so you got everybody. Okay, I've got you guys figured out.
I'd probably be in front of the cart behind Kellinen and I don't know. I make my way around. I mingle.
All right. Well, you're not feeling it, the mingling, just because lightning's kind of coming down around you. It's not like a lot, but enough that it's making you nervous. The rain's starting to get harder. It gets darker pretty quickly, and then all of a sudden,
A demon
Balner-
steps out.
Yeah.
Balner, you suddenly feel
Barry
feel like
Manilow starts.
right. You feel a breeze that sort of comes across from left to right, and your horse spooks a bit. Amir, you realize that something is just off. Like the forest sounds mute a bit, even though you can still hear all this heavy rain and lightning. And then the next thing you notice, Balner, is that the familiar weight behind you of Grundar is just not there.
Oh shit.
Do you say anything?
Yes, of course I do.
It's with all these this with all these freaking players that aren't even playing anymore and their characters running off.
It happens. It might be a little might be a little plot line. You never know. All right. So what do you say, Balner?
The dwarf fell off.
Okay, Amir, you hear that and you look around because you're immediately on high alert, and a peal of thunder strikes, and you look up. You look up at the sky, and all around, and above the trees on either side of you, there's just like a narrow strip of, of clouds. Okay, but on the backdrop of those clouds, now lit by lightning, you see something enormous and horrifying. Huge bat-like wings, a long serpentine body, and a large horned head. And clutched in it is a flailing shape. And then it's gone from view.
Oh. Well. Fuck. That's not good. No, which direction did it go?
I guess I can exit out of Balner's character sheet. I mean, Grundar's character.
So if you guys were, hang on, I'm gonna bring you back to the splash page for a moment.
Okay.
By the way, as soon as it started raining, I casted protection from lightning.
Okay. All right. And so if you guys are kind of following, I'm gonna line you back up here. Hang on a second. So okay, Amir's out front. Cullinan's behind. You've got Okar, but kind of center. You got the horses obviously, but I'm not too worried about those. You got Leonin on the other side. You've got Balner, and then Grundar was in the back. You've got. Let me just draw on this briefly. You got trees here, and you're kind of on a road. Okay.
I don't see anything.
And whatever. How about that? Maybe that's a little better. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. So whatever it was swept across, you think, and then kept going up and over the tree line.
Mm.
It was going that way, like north.
Yeah.
And that's what way the gigantic thing that had Grundar was going.
Yes.
Oh, fuck my life. Here we go again.
Balner, your horse is starting to go crazy. You might want to make an animal handling check if you want to keep that horse under control.
Which I don't have.
Well, you can make that you can make that without proficiency.
All right, just a sec.
Lena's just gonna take a long sigh and be like, "We're never gonna get to this fucking
Sorry, I'm
mine."
back.
What is that? Like a dex check?
No,
No,
it's animal handling. It's a skill.
If you're not proficient, it's just a wisdom check.
Yeah. Okay, you're actually able to keep your horse under control. The horse is attached to Okar's wagon. They're moving around, but he's keeping them under control for the moment. So what do you guys do?
We go after the crazy flying thing that just took Grundar.
So you dive into the tree line, headed north?
There's no way of knowing where it went, and there's no way in hell we're gonna be able to track it, especially in the storm.
unless Amir did sending and said, "Hey, Grundar, where are you?"
I mean, I can do
Yeah.
that.
But at the same time, I mean, he would probably just say, "I'm up in the fucking air." You know?
That's right.
So
Yeah, but you can keep talking to him about that and find out where he ends up.
uh, the,
Yeah.
Because it may have landed with him already.
maybe.
Well, let's just kind of be diplomatic about, or democratic about it here. We'll go in turn. Roll your initiatives. What are you going to do?
Do I get a roll for Grundar?
No.
Well, I guess I need to roll for Kellenen. But
Probably need to roll for
he,
Kellenen, yeah.
I mean, he's not going to do anything. But he doesn't have anything he can do.
Okay. Okay, Balner, what do you do? I mean, you just got your horse under control. But Grundar's missing right off the back of it. Like you didn't even feel him ripped away. He was just kind of sitting there. He could sit a horse pretty easily. And next thing you knew, he was just gone. And then there was wind.
All right. So did Amir just describe what he saw?
Yeah, I would have relayed what I saw.
Okay, then first thing I will do is I will cast Detect Evil.
Okay. Okay. You cast that. And it takes one action, I think, doesn't it?
I believe so because it's a spell.
Okay. And well, pop it if you wouldn't mind. But the you hear something from over the tree line. It kind of echoes. And then give me a second here. Okay. So you cast Detect Evil. I think it's got a 60-foot range on it, right? Or there's a 30-foot, 30-foot.
30
So
foot, but I
okay.
might notice something coming or if something's in the woods around us.
Yep. Okay. So Amir, what do you do?
Well, I mean, are we stopped? I mean, are we moving forward at all, or?
You were moving forward, and I mean, Okar is like reined in his horses. You saw Balner's horse rear, but he got it back under control. What are you doing?
I mean, there's really not a whole lot I can do. I think I know how to speak Draconic. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
How far away was the dragon? Well, I say dragon, the winged beast.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably, by the time you saw it, it was probably 40 feet away. Oh, and then over the trees.
I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast message. I'm gonna cast message, and then it's gonna be aimed at the dragon-like beast, and I'm gonna speak in Draconic. Bring
Okay.
our friend back now. Anything?
Yeah, you do. You hear a horribly malevolent voice, and it simply says, "I've already dropped him off.
Fuck.
Don't worry, I'll be right back." Okay, Newt, you see she's freaking out. She's in the back of the cart. She grabs like 3 arrows, plunk plunk plunk, down on the rail of the wagon, and then she grabs one more and she's got it on the string, and she's just like looking around, and she's like, "Can we get out of here?" Okay, Leonin, what do you do?
So what all has been said, I guess, is
I would
the
have.
Let's get into the trees.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're off.
I would have said,
That's why I'm asking what's
abandon
mixed
the
up.
road, get into the trees. Whatever took Grundar's coming back. And I would have made good on those words.
Okay.
So I guess
Um,
I'd be like over here
You use your move to just
in the
forge your
trees.
horse right into the trees. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Leonin, what do you do?
Okay, so that's what they've said. I'm gonna.
By the way, hang on a second. Elmo, can you see any of this stuff? I think this screen is fully visible to you. Okay. All right. Cool. Just making sure. If not, I could throw your token out there, but whatever. All right. So what do you do?
Yeah,
You
I'm
got
gonna.
seconds to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast levitate.
Sorry, I'm good now. Just
So just to be clear, Amir did say that there is like some creepy fly thing, right?
He just said into the trees, I think.
Fuck.
Into the trees, it's coming back.
oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Okay, then
It's like-
yeah, I'll just go into the trees. It's fine.
Okay. You
And
go into the trees.
I'm gonna ready an action though.
Do you go across the troop up to the north, or do you just take the trees to the south?
I'd probably follow Amir.
Okay. All right. So you move up around the front of the party up to here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Make an animal handling check to get into the trees. Balner, you already made yours. I'll have Amir make his when he gets back. You get into the trees and you just get to the edge of the trees and like branches are stopping you and you're trying to work your way underneath of them and keep your horse from just going from underneath of you and leaving you, and hitting the ground, right? Balner, you feel it. You feel it coming. It's like a locomotive coming straight down the road. You don't have time to do anything. And then whatever it is, it just rushes straight down this path.
I'm readying an action.
Ooh, sketchy.
I have an action ready, Tony.
You didn't actually make a roll for anything. So what were you readying?
Well, I was saying that, and you told me to make a animal handling check. I have.
That's fine. That's fine.
I have a action ready to see if I see the beast coming again.
Okay, Amir, I need you to make an animal handling check too.
Okay. For getting the horse in the woods.
Yeah. Okay, you're fine. So
My father
Leonin,
taught me how to ride.
you're actually right about there. You do see it coming from this direction, and it is sweeping straight down toward the group as it's headed west. It's headed back east.
Okay. How close is it?
Well, you've readied your action. I mean, you see it coming. It's like 20 feet away.
Okay.
This time you actually feel the vibration in the puddles in the road. They shake as this thing comes flying in, and I mean it actually. Just the ground. The ground shakes from tremors just from this thing's roar. And you see Kellenan, he draws his sword, looks back at it, and you see this thing coming right at him.
Okay. I'm
The road, you fool.
as with Leon's ready action. You guys see like Leonin get this really big smile on his face. Well, it's dark, so you probably can't really see it, but Leonin just has this huge smile on his face as he casts a spell at the creature. Oh wait, that's not an attack yet. I'll have to fix that.
Yet.
He's gonna cast lightning bolt at the creature.
Okay. All right. So you shoot a bolt of lightning straight down the path.
Well,
All right.
at it, but yeah.
Yeah. So roll 8d6.
Do, 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 do. It's not bad.
It's a little above average.
A little above average.
Okay.
A lot of ones in there.
Yeah, there were a few. Yeah.
A lot of
fives,
sixes
though.
and fives, though.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made up for
Yeah.
it.
Those are good. Okay. You you were trying to get the horse into the trees, and you realize you're just not going to be. You're going to have to back out and start over. You look to the left. You see this thing flying straight at the wagon, Leonin, and you rip off a spell. It's the first time you've actually used the spell, and you hit it right in the face. In fact, you see its maw open, and your lightning bolt streaks straight down the right. It hits this thing right in the snout, and it doesn't even have time to veer off or anything. You just catch it, boom, straight in the kisser, and it just plows right through. And give me a second here.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to fix it. I'll have to fix it more later.
Sure. It snatches Kellinan straight off of the horse, and up it goes.
Uh-oh.
I just took a lightning bolt to the face. How did that just happen?
You did. You punched it right in the face with that spell. I mean, you guys all. I mean, those of you that were still on the road can actually see it. It just illuminates the entire dark path that you guys were on. Lightning kind of crackled all the way down, ricocheted off of a couple of trees. It didn't matter. It just hit this thing, and it just plowed straight through it and just snatched him up with its claws and just lifted straight up. His horse freaks and bolts down the road.
We'll deal with that later.
We'll deal with that later.
Okay.
That is for a time upon another.
Right. Okar, he yells out. He says, "I can't put this thing in the trees!" And you see he actually starts to turn his cart around. He goes, I'm headed for the town."
Dip it.
So, or you could just get in the trees yourself. Fuck the cart.
We'll buy you a new cart, dude. Gee.
Do you know how much money I have? All right, I think it's Balner's turn.
And he gets back about that far this round. Top of the round. Yeah, Balner, you feel this thing retreat within seconds again, and for the moment, you don't sense that presence.
Okay. I'm going to ready a spell and step out to the edge of the road, grab Newt, and pull her into the tree.
Sorry, I forgot. Newt was actually with Okar, so she's in the back of the cart. He's racing, and she's just in the cart. Kind of got her bow out, like trying to find a target.
She didn't take she didn't take a shot at the thing when it took Kellinan?
Well, you see, she's only got a few arrows now left in the back of the cart.
Okay.
So she must have taken a shot.
Okay. Yell for them to get back off the road, and then step onto the edge of the road myself.
Okay.
Hopefully, it comes back from another direction, and I can see it in time.
Okar actually is getting his cart up to speed at this point. Okay.
Well, let me go ahead and take Kellinan's sheet off of there. Don't need it for a while, probably. Okay, yeah, I'll fuck, and then I'll start. What is a horse's movement speed? I'm gonna try to. I mean, we can't let them go off on their own.
I think a horse moves at 50.
Yeah, I'll just
unless
move,
it's running.
I'll just move just the speed of the horse, and then I'll ready a spell.
I guess I'll follow them too then.
Okay, you can actually
With my
catch up.
spell ready.
You can catch up this round. A horse can move 60. He was moving a little bit less because it was a cart and he had to turn it around. So you can easily catch up with him this round.
Okay, yeah. I'll be up by the cart.
Okay.
Not in front of it or behind it, just by the cart.
Okay. What about you, Leonin?
I can't see the thing anymore.
No.
How did it get so far away?
It's fast.
Dragon.
It's fast. It's a rainy night. Hard to
Yeah,
see.
it's a thing that flies that we probably.
I'm gonna stay along the tree line, and I'm gonna catch up to him. And I'm gonna ready my action again for when it comes back. It's not going to because it's already accomplished its objective. But
Okay. Amir, as you approach the cart, the first thing you see is Newt's eyes. I mean, they're just huge and wide, and she's staring up into the night sky. You feel a little bad for her because, well, actually, I think we said she's half elf, so you think she actually probably can see fairly well at night.
we should have sent her
Okay.
back to Hawk.
Okar has opened up the horses with the cart. He's running them full tilt now, and
Yeah.
he turns off on that little path, headed right toward the town.
I'm like literally. All right. Looks like we're going to the town.
Well, at this point, it's not a bad idea. Mostly because if we're inside of a building, it can't swoop in.
I mean, I was gonna lightning bolt it again.
You did lightning bolt it.
Again, I'm gonna lightning bolt it again.
Because the first time was satisfactory.
Yeah. Lenin's making up for some damage that he's never done before.
True.
It's like going to Nam and never being able to shoot your gun.
Yeah. Never have anything to do. All right.
All right, Ryan.
Are we about to do a thing?
We're gonna try this anyway. Give me a
All
second.
right. Hold on, peeps.
Okay. You guys can all check this out. As you guys, it's raining, a little bit of lightning crackling in the background, not a lot. And you guys head down a path. Now, yes, I realize you're not flying, but if you follow that link, you'll kind of see it. By the way, just so you guys know, you're like wondering, like, what the hell is this? A friend spread out, get in front of him, whatever the case is. Do you resume your previous marching order?
Yeah, I'll still be outside.
Okay. Okay. So do you guys continue towards that first cluster of houses?
Yeah,
Racing down this path, you're kind of in some lowlands headed into this town, and you see that there's directly ahead of you a form laying in the road.
Oh, it's on the stream. Oh, that's cool. Like,
Okay, I'll approach.
Okay, I mean, they're barreling behind you. Like you guys are just set to run this thing right over if you don't stop the group.
I'm gonna cast message back at Okar to tell him to stop the cart.
Okay. All right. Okay. Asher, you've been laying in this road for over a day now. Okay. You just couldn't get this bear trap off of your leg. And by the way, you're down about
Sounds
10
like
hit
Asher.
points. You're down about 10 hit points right now with this thing stuck on your leg. You've tried using your various tools to try to get this thing off of you, and it even defeated your hacksaw, which now has a broken blade. Which is
come
part of
from
your
a
thief skin.
tinkerer too, so this is a hell of a bear trap.
Yeah. You thought you were going to die out here. You've gone through all the water that you had. You were with another group, and something drove them off. Something large, and that had a hell. I mean, it blocked out the stars last night.
Oh, okay.
You have no idea what it was. Scared the hell out of you though. The group that you were with was escorting a caravan back to the east and decided to stay here for the night, which turned out to be a really horrible idea. Because this thing came through, scared the horses, and drove everybody off. And for all you know, picked them off. As you guys were running back out of town, you got hit with the bear trap, and everybody left you for dead. And so you've been laying.
They were.
You've been laying in the sun all day, which wasn't so bad considering it's springtime. But ever since nightfall, which happened about 30 minutes ago, you've been hearing from across the river what sounds like children playing.
Oh.
But you checked every house, and there's nobody here.
Why do you got to remind me?
So that seems a little weird. But as you've been listening to that, then you could hear yelling, the roar of that beast again, and then the sound of, several somebodies coming down that road, headed into this godforsaken town.
Do I know anything about the town?
Not really. You were actually on your way. A second here.
Yeah, can I roll a history check with advantage for knowing anything about the town, Tony?
It's just some random town at the moment. You'd have to know what its name was to really get much out of it.
I know, that's what I'm saying is like, I've probably studied maps of Jeff all my life.
Okay. Okay. I'll get back to you for a second.
Okay.
Elmo, you came from the Isle of Rune all the way to the west. Actually didn't go through. You went around the walled city of Deersith, and then were trying to make your way to Hawkok. Basically, what you heard was that Hawkok might still be an open city, because most of this area has all been taken over by giants and humanoids. It's in really bad shape. When I say humanoids, I'm not talking about like you specifically, but like roving bands of orcs primarily.
Okay.
But if you're not part of them, heck, if you're not even in their tribe, they're going to attack you anyway.
Orcs do as orcs do. So my helpless leg is caught in this trap here. Can I hear like the distance of what these people are at? Like
they're coming right down the road, headed at you. Yeah.
So some hunter decided to put a bear trap in the middle of the road. I cursed this hunter very loudly, and then play dead on the middle of the road.
Amir, you might have thought it was just a corpse, but they moved at the edge of your range, and as you approach, you think they're trying to act dead. I don't know. Make a stealth check. I should have given you an opportunity to make a stealth check if you wanted to do that.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, hold on.
it'd be against my passive because I'm just booking it really. Oh,
Never mind.
Good still.
Looks like there's a dead guy on the road.
all right. Instead of telling Okar to stop, I'm gonna tell him to watch out for the dead guy on the road, and I'm gonna keep going.
You gonna go around him? Okay,
Yeah, he's dead. I don't have time for him.
sure. Okay.
Okay.
It's something to figure out in the morning. I mean, we're running from a draconic presence right now. We don't have time to look at dead bodies.
I don't know these guys from heaven or hell, so I'm just gonna play dead.
You approach the first 3 farmhouses that are kind of just bundled together.
Do I get my
you see him
history
as-
check, Tony?
Yeah, go ahead. Make it at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, you don't know anything about the town yet.
But but here I know roughly where we are.
Just make the roll
It's a teeny tiny little hamlet.
in the middle of the dim forest.
disadvantage.
It would have been below your notice.
Like so appalled. Disadvantage.
I still rolled an 18.
Well, there you go. Actually, yeah, you're fairly confident that this little hamlet is an agricultural village called Hergstag.
Hergstag?
Yeah.
And what do I know anything about Hergstag? Or do I need a message not Jeeves. Do I need a message Bethany?
Ask Jeeves.
Do I need a message Bethany?
All of your knowledge from Hergstag predates you having gone off to the great city of Neildra
Yeah.
It was an
fair.
old
from
book.
many years ago.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what you know of it is that it was a small, most of the agriculture that they, most of the crops that they produced really just were to support themselves. The big thing that they exported from the town was peat, and they used it for, fuel and, just, variety. Like they might use it to, for roofing. They used it for a lot of different things.
But I do know the super creepy thing that's going on, right?
The thing that just attacked you?
No. The what was the other thing? The
Gloombringers?
Gloombringer. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
What did we decide that you did know about that?
Well,
No.
I rolled a 25 on my history check on that. So.
Okay.
So you make the decision there.
Yeah. You knew that there was, as I think I said, there was a history of a lot of people called it a plague, is what they think happened, that killed both vegetation and elves in the forest. But some people said that they saw something. And what's interesting, of course, is that having recounted those tales just before you came down to this village, you just saw something that looks an awful lot like the descriptions that people gave of the thing that they called Gloomwing
Okay.
or Gloombringer.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to piece all this together. Okay, cool. Cool.
You get to these three homes, and you find that all the windows are boarded up and the doors are boarded up too.
Can I start trying to open this bear trap?
Yeah, I mean, you.
Do we not run him over?
No, you guys avoided.
I
you
warned.
avoided him.
Okay.
I warned that there was a corpse in the road.
You saw him pass by. What you saw was everybody had a horse, and then there was also a large four-wheeled cart pulled by 2 horses. You think you got a view of what looked like a dwarf and a smaller figure in the cart. Behind the cart was a dwarf on a very large horse, and then in front of the cart was 2 other horsemen. Both of them, in the dark, it was difficult to tell. They could have been human. You think?
Okay. That's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about this contraption around.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's been on your leg like for most of a day, and you're kind of worried that you're going to get sick from it.
Sorry.
Go ahead and here's what I'm gonna let you do. Now
So
you're
I have a proficiency in tinkering. Tinkerer. I don't know if that would help. I do have a tinkerer's toolkit.
To disarm it, I'm going to give you another thieves tool check, but it's going to be a disadvantage since your saw broke.
Can I use my tinkering tool? That
To
pretty
mend
much
it,
the same. It's pretty much.
you could. I tell you what, I'll let you replace the broken hacksaw, and so you can make your thieves tool check at straight up proficiency. And yeah, it looked like
It's
a corpse as you drove by.
Tinkering is the same thing. It's just rolling. It's just named different.
Yeah, either one. Just make the tool proficiency check.
I did tinkerer's tool. I got 15 or 14.
Oh, there it finally came up. Yeah, it's still not coming loose. You're trying it again. You're like, God, you're trying to do it so you're not being noticed. Make another stealth check. Okay,
really
Amir.
misspelled stealth bad. We're just gonna ignore that.
Yeah. Stealth.
I
was typing quick.
All right. At this point, Amir, as the group approaches the three buildings, you spare a glance around again to see what's going on. In the dimness, you think you can see the road continues on. There might be another building, and it's really difficult to make out because it's several hundred feet away, but it might be like a covered bridge off in this direction, probably about 200 feet away. But back here, about 100 feet away, like, it's difficult to tell, but you think that form moved.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, shit. I'm gonna cast. I'll cast message. I'll cast message. Are you alive? Well, I'll try it in common first.
Okay. You hear this voice in your head, or like right next to you, like a whispered voice, like next to your ear, and it says that. Are you alive?
I stiffen up like a board and don't move.
Okay, that
Yeah, he's definitely alive. I saw him do that.
Oh, they saw me.
All right. I'm gonna tell Leon hey, I think that guy was actually alive. I'm gonna go see if I can help him real quick. Because people are just getting snatched. It's not a good thing. So I'm gonna ride back out there.
You want the healer to go with you?
That might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just stay here.
How far back along the road is he?
About 100 feet.
Okay.
Okar yells over to you, Leon, and he goes, we don't have the big brawny types. He goes, I need help. Help see if we can get some of these doors open. Any door open.
Oh, I have a spell
I
for
don't
that.
see the any door.
You have a spell for that?
Hello, Homora.
As the two of you, Amir and Balner, take your horses and shoot back out into the darkness to go back to this form in the road, you hear that roar again. So do you, Asher. Do you still try to play dead? You hear what sounds like a couple of horses coming your way, but unfortunately when you stiffened up, you kind of are over on your side facing the other direction, so you can only hear them behind you. But let me take a look at your character. What's your perception?
It's not bad.
10. All right. Yeah, we need to work on your character. You should have probably 4 more skills, at least as a rogue.
I'm a special kind of rogue. So I got skills, but they're kind of retarded. Like here, I'll put some in chat for you real quick. The arsonist's friend is probably the best one. It's my magic trick.
I'll have to look through some of these. Okay. Well,
It's for just comedic value.
Sure.
Like it's nothing like.
so you hear that roar, and it sounds like it's coming from the east or the south. Maybe back out by the road. You don't know where, but you've got this roar from one side, and then the sound of hooves racing toward you from the other side.
I slowly pull out my little copper bomb boy and start petting it, making a really nervous little squeal. Like on a level that's probably not like like
Okay, the two of you as you approach definitely see this thing is moving, but it looks like he's maybe curled up in a fetal position and making little squealing noises.
Okay. At this point, I'm assuming I noticed the bear trap.
Yeah, you do.
Is
You
it,
actually,
is it staked to the ground or anything?
yes,
I'm assuming because he couldn't move. Okay.
right. There's a stake in the ground and a short chain going to a bear trap that seems to have savaged this creature's leg. It looks like they've got a few tools laying around, like they tried to get it off, but just weren't able to.
All right. I'll get down off my horse. I'll get down off my horse and before I approach, I'm gonna cast message again. Say, "No, don't do anything stupid. I'm just coming to help you. And if he lets me approach, I'm gonna try to do a thieves' tool check to get the bear trap open.
I talk to myself out loud like I don't know that you're talking to me in a message, and I go, "What kind of stupid hunter puts a bear trap in the middle of a useful road?" Wow, wow, wow.
All right. So you wanna. I mean, it seems like he's more, lost in his own mind at this point and doesn't immediately respond to you.
And then I
Yeah.
realize what I did. I'm like, "Oh," and I act it again. Like,
All right. I'll attempt to open the bear trap.
Okay.
and
Make
I
a roll.
continue just to play dead. Like,
I don't.
Terrible. Okay, yeah, you can't get the spring mechanism separated. It's just really tight. You think that some hunter possibly placed it here, but it's pretty tightly fastened to his leg. Hell, it could be rusted shut. It looks like it's been out here for a while.
Is it attached to the ground?
Yeah. There's a short chain going to a looks like a stake of some kind, and that stake is in the hard packed ground beside the road, with some weeds kind of up around it.
Take his leg, I'll heal him.
I quickly stand up and was, "What? You'll do no such thing." Wow, wow, wow.
Oh, good, he's not dead.
Oh, how about that?
I mean,
So-
ugh.
I'll if Ballner is off his horse with me on the ground now, I want to cast Ray of Frost at the end of the chain and see if my my dwarven friend can smack the frozen chain with his mace.
Okay. I'll let you do that. You have to spend some time on it. You frost it a couple of times until a section like that wide. You've just been focusing on one link, but it widens down the length of all these chains. Go ahead, it'd be an athletics test, Balner, but I'll give it to you with advantage.
With advantage. I'm kidding.
That enough?
It you kind of, you don't really break the link, but you crack it pretty badly, and in another few minutes, or maybe a minute or less, you're able to get it fully separated. You hear another roar out, but this time it's like way to the south.
So moving away.
Appears to be. And you get this creature free. Unfortunately, he's still got a bear trap strapped to his leg, but he can at least get out of the immediate area.
I
Yeah.
was still gonna just act like I was dead the whole time and have him carry me. So
Well, I mean,
I'd
if
just
he's
pick him up
if
and
he,
run.
I was gonna say if he's gonna act like he's dead, and I'm like, well,
No,
we've
not
done
no
what we
more
can
of
for
that.
you, and then I was gonna get on my horse and go back to the house.
So
Ugh.
you check this guy out. He's definitely an odd looking. He's not human. He's humanoid. And he doesn't look like any orc that you've seen either. I don't know if you want to describe what you look like, Asher.
Oh, I am probably the ugliest thing you have ever seen. I smell like work grease and oil, and I am constantly fidgeting with something. Constantly.
So you're an
Well,
Well, at least he smells better than
ADHD.
He smells better than Gundar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's
I
true.
just if I take apart everything and constantly put it back together in a better fashion than apart it.
So you're like Rocket, except with ADHD.
Yeah.
And Hobgoblin, so you're like what, 5'6"?
Yeah, I'm like less than that. I'm like 4'9" ish.
Cool.
He does the run. He does the run of the litter.
Yeah, I'm retarded. Like I wasn't growing up in the right place, but technically wasn't even growing up in the right time. I have a special set of skills though that people covet, and that's making little things that explode. And then I pull out my little thing here, and it blows. I go, "You want to see some magic?" And everybody's looking at me, and I click it, and it blows up in my face. I'm like, "Poof, magic!"
Oh, I was already on my horse going back.
Oh, well then I did it. I'm just like, "Oh, fine." But
I did my duty, and now I'm gone.
I have this though.
Valner, what do you do?
I throw him on the back of the horse and then or climb on my horse and ride off.
Okay. So they leave you out here in the road. You've got a bear trap strapped to your leg, so you're only moving at about half speed right now.
No,
Asher.
I said I throw him on the back of my horse.
On the horse.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So he throws you over it, and you guys ride back to this this little group of 3 houses. Okay.
Have they found a way in yet?
Make an athletics test, Leonin.
Oh, I never said I was helping him.
Oh, you didn't.
No.
What a dick.
But I will help him.
What a
Okay.
dick.
With my 0.
I never said I was going to help him, but I'll help him. You're
Did not go?
such a softy.
Why didn't it go? Come on. There it is.
Oh, I could have swore you would have dumped strength.
Oh, I did dump strength.
Kind of dump, yeah.
I did not mean
So-
to do that.
So you start tearing some of the boards off this door, and finally Okar gets the girl Newt to sort of take care of the horses. He comes tromping through. He's all soaked dwarf. Doesn't look very happy at all, and he still looks pretty wide-eyed. He's looking around himself and up at the skies. He gets over to where you are, and he reaches in, gets his fingers around like the edge of the door, and just kind of 2 jerks and rips like 4 or 5 boards off as he opens the door. And you guys now see this open entryway. There's
Didn't we have just had the thief try to pick the lock?
There
Well,
was boards
got
over the door.
boards nailed into the door frame all over.
Oh,
So-
all right.
It's a hell of a lock.
You see that aside from the hearth itself, it looks like the place is pretty much barren. The rest of the windows are boarded up. It's got a thatched roof on it. There's no furniture inside at all.
Son of a bitch. Well, might as well just go
Well,
inside.
we're out of the rain.
Okar says, "What about our horses?"
I don't know. Let's put him in the next house.
Well, there's a big barn, and you see that is heavy chains closing the doors off with a really big padlock.
Yeah, let's not go in there.
Well, I mean, we don't have anywhere else to put the horses, and
Just put him in
at least,
put him in one of the houses next door.
yeah, because
Yeah.
the cart's gonna fit in there. Okay.
Fine.
You said there's a padlock?
Yeah, let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go. Like, open up a barn door.
I just got to say, Elmo left, and then door opens, random person. That was kind of funny.
Okay. I'll tell Okar. All right, I'll go see if I can get the barn open, and I'll try to open the padlock with my thieves' tools. Maybe. Fuck, I'm rolling like shit tonight.
You're not having any luck at all.
Tonight?
I usually do okay,
Got him!
except like combat stuff.
Alright,
By the way, we have Mason watching us. Mason,
Oh, hey.
I got to tell you, Grundar just got picked up by something in the dark.
Yeah, we don't know what happened to Grundar, buddy.
Something that speaks Draconic and can fly really fast. So, yeah.
Apologies.
It's probably a giant. Right. So, you're fiddling with this lock, trying to get the thing opened up. There's rain. This thing is already probably rusty. You're like, it's just not working. Through the rain, you hear a voice again. You hear a voice, and it sounds like a small child's voice, like you think maybe a young boy. And he's singing like some kind of nursery rhyme. You can barely make it out through the rain, but it's coming from, you think, across the river.
And who is
Across
this
the
to?
river.
Who can hear this?
Me.
So Asher, do you go inside with these people as they go into this empty home?
I mean, after they unlocked me, they didn't really say anything but get on their horse and go away, did they?
Right.
Well,
Yeah, so-
no, I put him on my horse and carried him with me.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
No choices
then-
given.
At this point, I'm going to be trying to figure out how to open the lock on your leg and heal your leg.
I am very confused about how hospitable these people are being for just finding a person like literally faking death on the road. So like I'm just going along with what's happening right now.
Okay.
Grateful for anything that happens at the moment.
I'll be
'cause I was
just
in a
like,
really bad spot.
I'd just be, hey, I'm Balner. Clearly, there's a situation going on. Let's get this off your leg and get you healed. We can sort
I'm
out the
not.
rest later.
In agreement.
Okay, Balner, we'll come back to you for a moment. In a moment, Amir. So, Okar has been like taking things off the cart, like extra supplies and stuff, and I'm bringing them into the house, to kind of keep him from getting wet. And as he's cursing to himself, you can think you can hear what he's thinking in his head. He's like, "Damn thing's gonna come back, drive my horses off. We're gonna lose all of our gear. Better bring the gear inside." He's just talking to himself the whole time. At one point, though, Balner, as you've brought in Asher, assume into the house, Okar is carrying carrying like a big crate on his shoulder, and he walks in. He looks off to the side, looks at you fiddling with a hobgoblin, and he just throws the cart off to his side,
That just
pulls out his
sounded
battle
dirty.
axe, and he yells out. He's like, "What are you doing?" Oh, I can't hear you. You may have your mute on.
Go ahead, bring that over here. Can you pry this bear trap off?
He just stops and like stares at you, Balner. He goes, that's I don't know what it is, goblin, orc. He goes, I don't know what it is. He goes, but what the hell did you bring it in here for?
Because it deserves better than what's out there.
He goes, agreed. Let's take him outside and give him a clean death.
You want to go back out there when it comes out? I look back at him. Don't you have a cart to finish unloading? Don't want to lose your stuff.
He just stares at you, Balner, like goes, next thing you'll be bringing in like, wounded animals and such.
Kitty
He goes,
cats.
basically it's what he is. Yeah.
Well,
So
I keep you around, don't I?
he just stumps off. Okay. So Amir, you
I'm with Amir, by the way.
Wounded animal.
I said I was going with him, Tony.
okay.
I did
so
say
the
that.
two of you are standing in front of this this barn, which is over here, and it's got the door right out. Whoop, hang on a second.
Is there supposed to be a map, by the way? Because I can't see anything.
I can't see anything either.
It's all black.
Oh, I wanted to say something, but I thought it was part of.
Really?
All black.
It says all players can see this. Do you see any of that?
No.
I mean, I'm seeing you ping the map, but I don't see like the map. It's just a black square.
You want me to move us off and then move us back? That's always a good.
Hang on a second and let me fix it. That's probably why, because you don't have control of this. Sorry about that.
Okay, I see.
How's that?
I see the party token.
All right.
We see towns and we see rain.
So the edge of this building over here,
There we go, nice.
that's where the two of you are standing and trying to get this thing open.
Right.
And then out here in the darkness, you can kind of see way off. Not even sure if you can see that far. Way off down here.
Darkness.
You think you can see just the barest shadow of the edge of like a covered bridge and a building next to it. And Amir, you thought for a moment you saw some movement in the covered bridge, the entry. You couldn't see much of it. You're kind of at an angle away from it, but you thought you saw some movement out there.
All right, and it's still raining cats and dogs, right?
It's still raining pretty good, yeah.
Okay.
Leanin surprisingly looks dry, though. Even though it's raining.
Plot twist.
You're just continuously casting prestidigitation on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's just something you notice.
I'm gonna point out to Leonin that I saw some movement over by what seems to be a bridge. You want to check it out?
Sure.
Well, let's let the
I mean, it's
people
not
inside
another
know.
giant. I
that
mean, if it's giant, we'll kill it. We'll be good.
yeah, I mean, we can deal with giants. We've done it before. I'll message Ballner to let him know that we saw some movement outside and we were gonna go check it out real quick, but we'd be right back. And as we move over there, I definitely want to try to stealth at least.
Yeah, I'll attempt to as well.
All right, I'm just going to throw another token on the board, but it's just going to be, I'll just probably grab Amir for this one. It'll represent both of you. That's fine.
Okay. Now roll good.
Okay. And so the two of you are trying to just quietly make your way over to the bridge?
Yeah, just and scope it out, see if there was actually any movement or if it was just a figment of my imagination.
Okay. You get over there. And give me a second. All right, you ready for this, Ryan?
Oh, are we doing another video?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Give me yep. Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. You guys advance down the road, and you see in the dirt alongside of the edge of the road, there's a skeleton. It takes you a moment to realize what kind of beast it is. Eventually, you realize it was probably a dog of some kind. And you hear. So, Amir, you're kind of standing in the mouth of this. You're standing in the mouth of this this covered bridge, kind of looking inside of it, you know, and all the little dark shadows around it. Leon, I'm assuming you're standing right next to him. Do you guys go into the covered bridge to get out of the rain?
At this point, I'm already beyond soaked, so I don't care that I'm already wet. So I probably wouldn't go under the bridge unless I actually had to.
Okay. You guys see behind you, or hear from behind you as you guys are staring into the covered bridge, a voice, like a young boy's voice maybe, and it says, "Hey there, misters. Have you seen my dog?"
Slow turn.
You see this short shadow, smoky shadow, standing in the middle of the road.
Okay. I'll say, no, little boy. What does he look like?
You see he kind of glides closer, and he says, "Oh, he's not very big at all." He says, "You know, he's about yay high." You see his hand come out, but you know, like I said, it's just like
It's a shadow.
like a shadow on a wall, but it's, you know, 3-dimensional, or looks like it. And he continues to not really walk, but more glide right up to the two of you.
Okay, and we can still see. Can we still see like the skeleton of the dog? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
uh,
Asher whispers to you, "I'll give you 10 gold if you touch it." Oh, my fault. My fault.
Yeah.
My fault.
we've seen some shit.
Yeah. He says, "Mister, can you help me find my dog before Brother Swarm finds me, or Happy, my puppy, please?"
Straight to the point. Straight
He's
to
so
the point.
mean. He's so mean.
Well, no, your own bastard son. You got him so drunk at the last party he was at.
Hey, don't
He almost
judge.
died of alcohol poisoning.
The little shadow cocks its head briefly, like maybe it hears something. But Amir, you don't hear anything over just the rain and the thunder. And but yet he holds his hand out and he says, "Hurry, help me find Happy." He says, before Brother Swarm comes by and finds me or Happy. Hurry.
Yeah, hurry.
Amir's game. He'll see if he can touch the hand.
Okay. You go to touch the hand, and I'm gonna need you guys to make an initiative roll.
Right.
Okay.
Feels bad. Note to self: never touch creepy ghost children.
Well, I see ghosts all the time, so. Well,
But do
a
you
ghost.
touch them? That's the question.
Okay. Oh, looks like it didn't add to the. It's because you couldn't.
He didn't have his token.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll add you here just for the sake of it. It's gonna be the couple of you for the moment. Put you there. Oops, hang on. My God, why am I just having all kinds of troubles here? Too many layers. There you go. All right. And it. There you go. How about that? I even happen to roll a 21. However, before any of that happens, the little boy, as you reach for his hand, you see that like his face looked like maybe it was turning slightly elsewhere, and his head swivels back, and his eyes kind of glow like almost bluish white inside the shadow of his face, and his voice suddenly changes, and he says, "Found you, little boy." And he sort of swells a little bit bigger. His arms lengthen, and he takes a swipe at you. But you were sort of like waiting for a double cross, and you back away briefly, enough to keep yourself from getting attacked. Leonin,
Mr.
you're up.
Swarm, I presume.
You see this happen, Leonin. Well, it's still
It's a shadow.
it's only slightly taller than a little boy, but it looks like it's still kind of growing. But its arms are definitely longer now. And it's only like 5 feet from the two of you. Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
It tried to. As I said, it tried to hurt me. You're gonna cast it from the mandolin, I'm assuming. Alan.
Oh shit! Hit him with that good old dispel magic. A lot of things are no longer able to be done. One of my favorite spells, right?
All right, so what are you doing? Dispelling? You're just going to try to. Okay. It appears to have no effect.
Ooh.
All right, Amir, what do you do?
I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost at it, and it's within melee reach of me.
Yeah.
So this will be a disadvantage then. Actually, I don't really want to touch it.
What were you thinking? Shocking grasp?
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but then I was like, no, that's probably not the best of ideas. So, 13.
Okay. You hit it. Okay. And
Does it seem perturbed by that at all?
yeah, you hear the little kind of almost white glowing eyes fade, and you hear the little boy says, Why did you do that, mister? That wasn't nice.
Hit you with that good old reverse psychology real quick.
Oh, I ain't worried about. No, it took a swipe at me.
Yeah.
It's going down.
Only
And
fire unless you've been fired upon. I like it.
he says again in his little boy voice, but his eyes start to glow again a moment later. He says, I'm sorry. Brother Swarm says I have to.
Who is Brother Swarm?
All right. Let's see. Which armor class?
Just because
Mine?
you have to doesn't
Yeah.
have to.
15.
Okay. He swipes and misses. All right, Leonin. You're still within about 5 feet of him. What's almost eerie is that he's still growing. He's almost man-sized now, but he's like thin like a boy and just has like really long arms and legs.
He's like
Um,
stretching out like taffy.
Yeah, yeah. It's creepy. Okay, and he has to make a saving throw on that one, if I remember right. What is it, a wisdom save?
What is it? What does unlock do again?
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Charisma save. Okay, that's a failure. So what is it? Disadvantage on the attack. And he takes the 8 points of damage.
Oh,
Okay, you might want to change that so that you have the spell card with it. So it actually goes to. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And do you stay put? Okay. All right, Amir, you're up. You're correct. Yeah, he's right there. Okay. All right, Balner, you're still trying to mess with. I mean, I'm going to come back to you. You're still trying to open this thing up. When on his way by on one of his attempts back out the door, Okar sees it and he's like, ugh, and he tries to just jerk the bear trap open. Big burly orc that he is, or I mean, dwarf that he is. Let's see if it works.
Can I help him?
Sure. You go to help him. He just stuffs one boot kind of against the lip of one of the one of the things that clamp, one of the arms that clamp shut. Gets his fingers in the other one and just pries it, and you're free.
Yes.
You're free, Asher.
Yes. Fine.
The dwarf takes a look at you and he says, "You try anything." He goes, "And your head will go in here next." As he cranks it back open.
I look at him, give him a hefty little salute. No problem, sir.
Okay. Balner, while that's all going on, you think you hear shouting from outside somewhere.
Okay, quickly heal his leg and then head outside, I guess.
Okay. Well, then next round you can roll initiative. Okay, Amir, what are you doing? This thing tried to take another swipe at you. Missed again. Seems a little
Okay.
clumsy, maybe?
yeah.
Can we hear this going on outside?
Amir definitely, or not Amir, sorry. Alner definitely did. He looks like he's looking up kind of off to the side like he notices something. You haven't heard it yet, Asher.
Okay.
I'm actually going to instead of attacking that unlock. It's gonna the advantage. Will it last until somebody attacks it, or oh, it's just for me. I mean, will it work? Will it work on the round after next, or? Because if it doesn't, I'm going to do something that's non-damaging this round.
Well, to be fair, you've never seen him do this one before, Amir. You wouldn't necessarily know.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. In that case, just because I'm curious as to what actually is going on here. I want to know if there's actually a fight between the little boy and another spirit going on. I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
Careful.
Okay. And I assume you're going to probe as deeply as you can right off the bat.
Yeah, there's no point in waiting.
Yep.
I mean, do I hear any surface thoughts though before I get in there?
Get all messy.
So what the sense you get is that there's two beings in there. There's the little
Okay.
boy, and then there's something else. But that something else is like a swarm of voices. Perhaps, where he gets the
Mr.
name
Swarm.
Mr. Swarm
Yeah.
or Brother Swarm. And it's just over. It's like it's hammering this kid's psyche, the spirit kid's psyche, and there's really no fight happening. It's just making him do whatever he wants. He's just kind of like a marionette on Brother Swarm strings.
So, since I'm detecting two minds, could I pick which one to probe?
Technically, you can probe them both.
Well, I'd rather it just be
Mine
the,
just
the Brother Swarm.
Okay.
I mean, I have a shitty DC, so he'll probably.
Let me check his. Hang on. I guess that's a good point. They probably each have their own saving throw.
Yeah. And I think I can only pick one of them to do it to. So it's one or the other.
Okay, you're really only getting the boy's thoughts
Oh.
as he rails against this other thing.
Shit.
Okay, but that's your action. Do you move?
Uh. Yeah, I'll take a few steps back to kind of get out of
Ugh.
melee range with it. Did it hit me?
Even a disadvantage. Yeah.
Shield
Okay. What does that bring your armor class up to?
20. Still hit?
Okay. You see as you're trying to focus on this thing's mind, and then you step back, it whirls on you, and it's like a claw comes right at your chest and stretches right at you. And at the last moment, you pop the shield, and the claws like just kind of thunk stop right there, like an inch in front of your body.
Did he roll like a 19?
Yeah, he did. That's exactly.
Oh Jesus. Or
Okay.
Istus, I guess I would say.
All right. He turns and attacks Leonin.
Sorry.
Oh, that's gonna hit. You got something to do in reaction to his attack? Okay. Was it the next attack roll? Either way, this is going to hit you. Yeah, I'm getting some crazy high numbers on the rolls. I think it's an action, not a reaction. This will be your next action. So he hits you.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh,
Mhm.
okay. I was thinking that was a damaging thing. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
cutting
Yeah, it's not a
words is gnarly.
spell.
I forgot
That's
all
right.
about cutting.
Okay,
Vicious
so-
Mockery is the
So
damage.
it's a D8, right? Okay, roll it. Okay. What's your armor class? Yeah, he hits you anyway. It was a good try. Okay. you take 15 points of necrotic damage as this black claw like just like tears across your chest, just ruining the front of your doublet and your fine clothing. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is he the one that helped me out? Get...
No, not yet. No,
Oh,
or
okay,
no,
never
he
mind.
didn't help you. All right, so unfortunately, your hit point maximum is also reduced by 15 hit points.
Ouch.
Yeah, you feel horrifying cold as this thing sorts of just leeches the life force out of you. It's terrible.
Gave you
Okay.
the good old suck.
As we move into the next round, Balner. Okay, so you already healed him. You can roll initiative and start moving if you want to.
I don't see my token.
I'll bring it up. Give me a second. Same with you, Elmo. Okay. All right. If you want to roll initiative, you can go ahead and do that.
Who are we talking to? Sorry, one more time. Me?
Yep. Yeah.
My
If
fault. I
you,
apologize.
no, that's fine. In fact, you can even just click on the token. You'll see there's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
hit button at the top. I have a series of macros set up. You can use that one if it's faster for you.
Real spazzing out at the moment.
Whoops! I just passed Landon by mistake. Here, I'll do it for you,
Thank you.
just to get things moving here. 4. Sorry about that. Okay. All right, Landon,
Can
you're
I
up.
do it instead? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Thank you, though.
All right. What do you want to do, Landon? Okay, let me go back
That hurts.
to
That hurts.
there. You're gonna do that against that thing? All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You stagger back. You're like, oh my god, and you just, I mean, it like creates sparks on the ground, arcs to the building, to the bridge. It's just like, okay.
Is it the kid that he did this to, or is it like who was in the body at the time?
You and Ballner stepped out of the building in time to see this bright flash of something down there.
Just electrocuting a little kid.
Well,
Yeah.
it looks like a vaguely man-sized, very skinny. Like, you think of Freddy Krueger back in the very first one, where his arms stretch way out, kind of
Okay.
that sort of thing. Except he doesn't have the hat, the fedora and the claws, of course. But and he just illuminates this black shadow.
You're getting freaky.
It's just black shadow, just sort of like has lightning streaking through it and everything as you blast it. Give me a second. That save.
I look at him and I go, do you see this? Because it's a little crazy. First there was big things flying that block out the stars, and now there's little stretchy little shadow kids. Whoa.
All right, Amir. Oh, and Leonin, do you step away from it? No. Okay.
He says, no.
It takes you like 3 seconds of solid like line of lightning just streaks out. You're just like blasting this thing, and then it fades, and your vision sort of normalizes again, and it's standing there. There's like wisps of black stuff, kind of like coming off of this thing, and little electrical crackles moving through its skin, if it has skin, and it just simply says to you, "It's going to take more than that." And
Sketchy.
no, I think it's just on.
Attack
Well,
rolls.
first of all, you've already used it. You can look it up, but you Do you have that, like, you can just pop it up, like, or pop it in your? Well, since you got to look it up for now, I'm going to say. Yeah. No.
So I'm
Doesn't
not
say
saving throws.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, and you stayed put. So Amir, you're up.
Okay. Time to try something new. And then I'll kind of hold my hand up like I'm about to do ice knife. But then it'll form a much larger, like, icicle instead of the knife.
Okay.
And I'll cast ice lance.
All right.
Crit.
Damn. Okay. All right.
Do it.
And the con save is to not be stunned.
But it's going to take all that damage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, how do you want that to play out?
I'll see this smoke and stuff, kind of the smoke and the electricity crackling around, and so I hope it only hits the bad parts, and then I'll just throw that, basically tossing an icicle, and it goes right through its head.
So as the head sort of explodes outward, you think you
Little
see
kid.
like hundreds of eyes sort of like fizzle off into the distance, and you hear one last little sounds like a little boy's voice say, "I'm sorry, mister," and then he's gone.
I walk up to behind the group and go, "Did I just see what I think I just saw?"
Maybe, I don't know. This place is fucking weird.
Well, hello, my name is Asham, and I am your local tinkerer. You need explosives? I can make them. That's what they all say, till they truly need them, and they don't have them. But then they look down at me and say, "Can I have them?" And I say, "No, you can't. You didn't want them."
Okay then. He was playing dead. Yeah, he was playing dead in the middle of the road.
I was doing no such thing. I was just hiding, making sure that you guys weren't bad people. Hiding and playing dead are different.
Yeah, so he was playing dead, and I went over there and helped him out. And then I guess Ballner and Okar got the bear trap off of him.
No.
Well, that's a long rest. Usually a long rest will take care of that. I've never seen one of these things, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you feel terrible, man. You're still like just cold and you know.
All right, let's get this damn barn door open and get the horses inside, and let's all get out of the rain.
All right, you guys all traipse back to the barn. You haven't been able to get it open yet. So what do you do?
I'll try one more time.
Okay. You finally get the lock turned, and it springs free, and you open it up, and there's a a marginally dry barn in there. A lot of rats scurry in different directions, but there appears to be a little bit of dry hay left. And you end up finding there's even a bag of you know, they're probably past their best date, as it were, but they're not moldy. But you find some oats for the horses even.
A little stale, but they'll work.
Yeah. So you drive the horses in there and
Yeah.
head back to the house, or do you leave anybody in the barn with the horses, or what do you do?
Uh, it, it, well, yeah, no, we don't have either one of our once PCs now NPCs with us, so uh, I'll uh, I'll ask. Is Newt still in the house, or is she out like with us?
No, she's in the building. You get
Guys,
back.
2 seconds.
Sure. You think that she's gotten a little closer to Okar while you guys were gone. She spent another 6 days with the old dwarf, and now she kind of sticks with him to some degree.
I'll ask. I'll ask Okar. Do you think the horses will be fine by themselves?
No. He goes.
Do you want to stay
I'm
in here
not
with them?
sure. He says, I'm not sure we're not all going to die tonight.
Well, do y'all want to stay in the barn with the horses? It's just as dry as in the house,
He says,
and
might
there's
not be a
nothing
bad
in the
idea.
house.
He says, it might not be a bad idea. You see, he's got some wood arranged in the hearth, but he hasn't lit it yet. And he actually says that. He goes, a fire sounds really good. He goes, but I'm not sure that drawing any more attention to ourselves is smart.
Don't worry, we can dry you off. Just come on into the barn.
Okay. So you pull the horses, the cart, everything into the barn.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You guys set.
You cut out right there at the end, Tony.
Oh, I said, do you guys set a watch?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
At least Amir would
Okay.
be up for a watch.
Yeah, Gundar or Balner set one up. Sorry, Gundar's dead.
Presumed dead.
Remember, no, hold on. Mason could be watching right now. You should be. Okay. I was gonna say maybe you shouldn't shouldn't scare him so much. Yeah, of course, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna take just a really
I'm here,
quick
I
break.
apologize.
Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna take a really quick break, probably 2 more minutes, refill my beer, and then we'll deal with the order to watch and all that. Be right back.
Thanks. No, thanks. I had to run up 3 flights of stairs to see if I still had wine, and I do, but then I got it on the table, so I had to go back downstairs.
All right.
So, just catching my breath real quick.
Ryan, I don't know if you're aware or not, but TX has a straight bourbon now.
Yeah, I saw that. I haven't tried it yet though. It was next
I'm
to the
drinking.
regular. Oh, is it good?
It's pretty damn good.
I'll have to go pick it up tomorrow.
It's a
I
little
would.
more expensive, but it's good.
Well, TX already isn't like cheap
No, it's
to
not.
begin with. I mean,
It's not.
it's already what 40. I mean, heck, I think a 750 is what $20.
Yeah.
You guys bourbon men?
Um,
Whiskey of all kind.
yeah,
Okay,
I
whiskey's a
like
good
just
one.
about if it's alcoholic, I'll drink it. Except for no, I'll do except for Fireball.
What? What?
Jaeger.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can't do
so-
Fireball. Fireball had one really bad experience, and
Yeah, there's a lot of sugar in Fireball.
Fireball, it can do bad things to you. I
Oh,
know
it can.
from-
Fireball did bad things to me, and to this day, it makes me sick to even smell it. Let's
Well, that's
just leave it at that, okay?
That sounds like some people's experience with aftershock.
Oh, you said fireball, like real fireball, like
Yeah,
Okay.
like the Cervezas Fireball.
Mm.
Jack, whatever their cinnamon whiskey is,
Nope,
I actually can handle that better than the fireball. Fireball gives me
Yeah.
heartburn.
still can't
That
do it.
cinnamon
Bad
whiskey's
heartburn.
good. But I'm a sake man. I drink sake and wine a lot. Like, if I drink hard liquor, I get a little too crazy.
You like,
Sake's
you like
not bad.
do you like the unfiltered sake? That's the
I
only
like
stuff I've
barley
had.
sake. I like barley sake. So yeah, you would consider it to be unfiltered. Yeah.
Tyler, what are you drinking yours with?
Hmm?
What are you drinking
Sprite.
your? Okay, I was like, that is a very large glass, sir.
Oh no, I put plenty of whiskey in it, and then plenty of Sprite to go with it. So
He's
it's
like, I
not
put plenty of
that-
whiskey and only a little bit of
telling you,
Sprite, so we're
I
set.
don't know if I've said that in this game, but I we have conversations in my Tuesday night game, and I will swear by this. Jack Tennessee Honey
Great.
with
good.
ginger ale.
Ooh,
It's ambrosia, man. It is like
it's
perfect stuff.
ambrosia.
I could drink that shit all night.
See, it's funny you say that because I do Fireball and I do Angry Apple Orchard. Like that is my ooh, like a shot of Fireball and Angry Apple. Like that's my thing.
I used to do that until I found out that Fireball every time gives me significant heartburn,
Yeah,
like bad. I get like I'll wake
That's
up in the
why
middle of the
I
night
drink
like, can't even
the,
breathe.
that's why I drink the Angry Apple Orchard because it gives you horrible heartburn, but I just like it.
So
And it tastes like crap too.
when we wake up, do I get my hit points back or nah?
Well, we haven't gotten there yet.
We hadn't got through the night.
We don't know
Oh,
if we're
great.
attacked or not.
So you guys kind of get.
Did
make
anybody
yourself-
stay up on watch? That's my question.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
we
we,
have-
we know better than to not. put one.
Okay.
And even then, it doesn't work out for us.
Yeah.
So how
you-
how do you set watch? You guys are all kind of
as long as two people. Oh, my fault. I thought you were asking me like physically as a person.
I'll take first watch.
I'm a goblin, so I can take second watch and stay for the rest. I think I only need. Hold on. I can't remember. No, never mind. I'm different
No offense, but we don't trust you for a watch
Yeah.
right now.
character. Damn it.
the dwarf, the not Balner. There's this other dwarf, okay, and he has a brand on his right cheek. It looks like a hammer, and he just looks at you as you start to say, "I'll take a watch," and he goes, "Shut up." He goes, he says, "You lay there, you don't move."
I can say something. I can say something about your tattoo and it being a phallic symbol, but I won't. And I'll just sit here and not move.
He starts sharpening his axe.
I sit there and start tinkering.
And Okar says, I'll take second watch.
Amir's taking third, and so Leonin doesn't have to take one. We're good.
I whisper under
No,
my breath,
I-
I didn't want to take watch anyway.
Leonin, you're gonna take a damn watch. All right.
But See, you don't.
If we still had Grundar and Kellner with us, I would say, yeah, that's fine, sleep. But we don't.
All right. Leonin will
But
take
we
last
don't.
watch.
You take the
He
dead
goes,
man's
but
watch.
we don't. So
Maybe
you're
before
fine.
you go to sleep, Leanin, maybe if you have any third level spell slots left, see if you can contact one of our wayward friends.
Well, actually, in theory, Leonin would like to take the first watch because he's a late nighter. He doesn't do early mornings, so he'd probably talk to Balner and see if we could switch watches because he knows Balner likes to wake up early in the morning and pray to Marika. So.
Oh shit.
Hmm? Huh?
Yeah, whatever. Ballner will take whatever.
All right. Yeah, and before I go to bed, I'll burn my last third level spell slot.
Okay, so
No,
if I
never
get,
mind. Never
if
mind.
I
I sense a smirk on Tony's face. I'm not gonna
this
burn my last third level spell slot.
okay, so you if I understood this correctly, you're trading with someone else. You're
I'm
taking
trading
first
with
watch.
Balner. Yes, I'm taking first watch, and Balner's
Okay.
taking last watch. So it goes Balner, Okar, Amir. No, Leonin, Okar, Amir, Balner. I had to think about that for a second.
That's fine. As long as there's always somebody on watch, I don't care.
Okay. All right, you get through your watch, no problem. You think at least a couple of hours have passed, Leonin, and you shake Okar awake. And a little bit after that, he shakes you awake, Amir, and rolls over to go to sleep. After he makes sure you're up.
Yeah.
You're up. Where do you do your watch?
Well, we're in the barn, right?
Yeah, assuming so.
Is there like a loft to the barn that has like a window that's facing to the front of the barn?
There's a loft on either side, facing east and west. One looks out over where that bridge was, and another one back out toward the road that comes into Hergstag.
I'll sit at the window up in the loft, looking towards the bridge.
Okay. All right. You you're looking out over there, and you don't so much hear it as just feel a presence, like maybe behind you, a little off to the. Yep.
Here we
I'd
go
say
again.
that's worse.
All right, I'll slow turn again.
Okay.
Who's behind me?
You see a lot of there's just like a lot of hay bales up here in the musty. There's probably a lot of rats around.
Scott, you said rats?
Rats. But you
Automatically, I disappear. Start around.
But you you think you see a deeper shadow, probably
bigger
10
rat?
feet, right? Probably 10 feet away in the loft, among some hay bales, and just this presence. You're pretty sure there's somebody there.
Well, I'll just follow my usual MO of seeing somebody, and not wanting to move any closer. I'll cast message at what I believe to be somebody.
Okay.
And in common, I see you there. Come out.
You hear a little girl's voice come back, and she says, "You shouldn't be here. He'll find you."
Get you.
Brother Swarm.
Oh God, you already know who he is. Don't say his name out loud. Don't. Never say that name.
Okay. Who are you? Do you live in this town?
Yes. She says, my name's Elsa. Or it was, until Brother Swarm found me.
Hmm.
So what you're saying is you're dead and you should just let it go.
Do you have a brother, Elsa?
Straight into the point. Like this guy. I like him.
She says, yes, but my family and my brother, they all moved away.
Did we ever catch the little boy's name? No.
Tim. I thought it was Timmy.
Timmy!
Darn.
Timmy! That's right. Nope,
Um.
didn't catch his name.
We're gonna call him Timmy.
Trying to think what to ask her.
You want to play a game? She says, and out of the darkness, a little ball kind of like goes thump, thump, across the little floor space.
you wanna
between
play a
you
game?
and
well,
that.
Yeah.
there's only one feasible answer to this.
Jigsaw.
Is the ball like shadowy too, or is it
No, it's a real ball.
corporeal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sketchy.
I'll
Falling right into this little trap, but I don't know. I shouldn't have said that, but like it's good.
before
know what I would.
before I move forward, I'll cast message at Balner to let him know that hey, there's another little shadow kid. Maybe wake everybody up.
Make a con save, Balner.
Okay.
I forgot about that shit.
Okay. You're startled awake, hearing Amir's voice in your ear, and you kind of expect to see him there. You turn your head, and he's still speaking in your ear, and then that moment you realize, oh, it's that damn thing he does. But you also know that you can talk back to him.
He's having a tism. He's having a tism.
Well, I actually have the same spell, so I know what it is.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
To us, he's having a tism.
It's
Got
just
your
for me,
walkie-talkies.
well, for me, it's a level 3 spell, so I don't ever use it. It's a waste of a spell slot.
Oh,
Oh,
sending.
you have the full sending.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have
Yeah.
sending.
So do I.
I have a very tuned
Okay,
down
so I'm
version
the
of
only
that.
one that goes, is he all right? Does he just do that all the time? Or everybody's going like, yeah, he's good. He's good.
Actually, we're all technically asleep.
Oh.
Except for Balner now, who
Except for
is
Balner
About
now, who's
that.
awake.
startled awake.
All right, and once I know that Balner's awake, I'll kind of walk forward and I'll pick up the ball if I can.
Okay.
Or does my hand go through it?
Nope. You pick up the ball. As you pick the ball up, the form or that patch of darkness in front of you sort of resolves itself in shape, although still shadowy.
Well, I'll kind of get down on her eye level, or its eye level. I don't know. Kind of hold the ball up. So, what kind of game do you want to play?
Global thermonuclear war.
This is Battleship.
Which I'm standing. I'm not standing right up by her, like I did with the last kid. I'm at
It's
least
3-dimensional chess. Risk.
She bust out a Monopoly board. Let's play. No.
Scrabble.
Jason's
Risk.
killing me right now with the ice cream and the Oreos.
I know,
Yeah,
man.
I
It's like,
was gonna ask you what
Just
kind of
like-
ice cream you eating. Like,
right.
I'm
He's
gonna
doing
grab
it.
more popsicles.
What you don't see is he's got his own Cold Stone out right below the.
Probably.
He's chopping it up. All right, so I'm gonna need you to make a wisdom saving.
Ice cream sounds so good right now.
Okay.
Who
No, I
needs to
wanna go
make
grab some
one?
more popsicles.
I'm assuming I do. Tony, make
Yes.
the save. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Come on. That's shitty. I need to get resilient for wisdom.
Hang on a second.
I feel like the big dumb fighter, because that's usually what happens to them.
There's a giant undead creature over there. Let's go touch it.
Well, I'm not actually touching the kid at this point.
Just her balls.
We lost him.
Yeah, he dropped out.
Okay. I just sent you a note with what she says. In roll 20.
Yeah, I see it. I have to do that.
Yes, you do.
Really? That sucks. All right. Well, I'll.
I mean, don't you
Drop-
get advantage if you were being charmed?
Not for this
Am I?
spell.
Oh, it's not a charm. Oh. Well, because oh shit. I really wish it was a charm. Because then I would have advantage. Oh well. Well, Balner will be awake. So
Well,
he'll-
let me read it. Hang on a second. Let me read it and see what it says.
Sorry about that.
I mean, I'll role play this out. I don't want to do it, but I'll do it.
Okay, all right. It does not spell out the charmed effect. I mean, it is an enchantment spell. But that's it.
It doesn't say charmed though.
Mm.
Okay. Well, if it doesn't, I think if it doesn't explicitly say charmed,
It says you will pursue the course of action described to the best of your ability.
What kind
What's
of
the
ice?
suggestion? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I failed to save. I'll roll it
Demonic
out.
possession.
So, Balner, you're awake at this point, and you'll see Amir. Is it a ladder or there's stairs or?
It's a ladder.
You'll see Amir.
It is a charm, Tony. Creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect.
Where did you read that? I skimmed this thing.
I mean, I'll just
Oh, right there. Yeah. Creatures
So
that
can I see this down below from where I'm? Because he's up in these rafter things, right?
Okay,
You're
so
asleep.
You're asleep.
hang on a second.
Oh,
So
roll again?
you're not immune to being charmed, right? You're just getting advantage on it.
Yeah.
Okay, make another roll.
Oh, okay. Even better. Okay, so I'm walking down the ladder.
I mean, I tried, Amir. I did try to do it for you, man.
It was a good try, Ryan. It was a good try.
It's okay.
Glad you're back,
Life,
Alma.
life's a struggle. Life's a struggle.
Amir's gonna walk to the ladder and he's gonna climb
Start
down the ladder.
descent, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Balner. Who do you wake up first?
Who do I wake up about someone walking?
Well, you heard the message saying that one of them is here again.
Right. I woke. Well, I figured it was just my. Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll wake Leonin first.
You sleep,
Okay.
he's sleeping the whole time. Like we don't need
Well,
him.
we don't know him.
Yeah.
I don't know you. I don't know your.
Yeah,
skill
yeah,
set.
no, we're good, we're good.
Leonin,
I like it.
out of our group of people, Leonin's the only one here.
Yeah, who knows? You wake me up and you're like, fight, little dude. I'm just here building little twig houses. Like, what?
All right. Okay, so yeah, he tries to shake you awake, and I'm gonna make you make a con save, even though normally they would just do that because you don't like waking. Yeah, he's not getting up. You're gonna have to do something.
Now
a
he's
little
like,
bit,
nah, he's
You're-
not getting up.
You're gonna have to do something a little rougher, Balner.
Go a little bit, go down a little south and see if he wakes up.
Probably won't.
All right. So
I take my water skin and dump it out over his face.
okay, that wakes you up, Leon. Okay, about that time you've had time to you've had time
Not
to
the
go
hair.
do whatever you were gonna do, Amir. So what do you do?
Do I hear
yeah.
him wake up?
Well, I mean, if you
No,
scream
Yes,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. With the scream, everybody wakes up.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm untying. You see me opening the barn door, and I don't know where the horses like tied anywhere or.
No, there's just like a little gate, kind of at the back of the barn that you just kind of open a
Got 'em
door
all
and
in,
yeah.
All right, I'll open that little gate and I'll start like swatting them on the ass, getting them to run out.
So Balner wakes me up. Do I see Mir doing this?
Yeah. You're like, why is he opening the little gate to the horses?
Can
And I'm
I
holding a little ball.
can I see his eyes?
Give me just a moment here.
As I wake up, I go, Martha, it doesn't fit. That hurts. Oh, what? And I don't really know where I'm at. No, I quickly am quieted down to realizing how like stupid I just sounded. Like, oh, did anybody hear that? Like,
You want us to re-roll?
Yep. Reroll your nits.
5.
yeah, hold on. Come on, D&D gods, feel blessed upon.
No, that's good, Amir. We want you to roll low.
Maybe.
I've been rolling high on my nits tonight, so I've been rolling real high.
I just do shitty with wisdom saves.
Man, D&D gods do not shine upon me.
All right, everybody went. Looks like. Oh, let's
RNG
do.
just said no.
Hang on a second. I'm gonna go ahead and. I'm not gonna bring out a barn map. Let's just do. Where is Jason had Newt? We'll put her out in here. We lost him again. All right. And Gar.
Newt has 17. Or I guess you already
Totally hit
rolled
the
for.
wrong button.
No, 20. Yes, Newt has 20.
Oh, you rolled for her? Okay. All right. We'll do for Okar. Sorry, guys. There we go. All right. Struggling a bit. Okar sits up at your spluttering scream, Leonin, and he says, "The horses!" And he leaps to his feet. Newt gets up and grabs for her bow. What do you do, Leonin?
Okay, I need to know how far this has gone by the time I've woken up. So in one action, Amir went to the. Well, no, not even in an action, right?
Well, like so the barn door
Before
to the outside has been opened, and he is currently trying to open the door, which is like the little pen in the back of the barn where all the horses are. There's
Okay.
about what, 5 horses?
Okay.
5 horses, yeah.
Should be 2 for the cart, 1 for each of us, plus Kellenen, so there should be 6.
Oh, 6 horses, yeah, right.
Um.
No, Kellen's horse took off.
Oh, okay. So there's 5.
You guys went the other direction.
Okay. Do I see Amir's eyes at this point?
He's facing away from you.
Okay, so I don't know if he's. I'm gonna look at Amir, be like, "What are you doing?" As I'm prestidigitationing myself. Well, not really. I'm probably not gonna do that. I'm just kind of mostly in shock as to what Balner just did.
Okay.
First of all, I yell at Balner, and then I look and see what the hell Amir's doing.
Okay.
Don't worry about it, Landon.
No, what are you doing?
There's a little shadowed area near where you were laying down, Leonin, and a little shadowy girl shape comes out of the darkness, and she says,
Oh, hell no.
and she says, "There you are," and she reaches for you.
Oh, hell no.
You have something
No.
to do in reaction?
Uh,
Do you want to play a game?
Hold on.
She's reaching for you.
no,
in a good way.
I'm gonna
or a bad
actually
way?
use. I'm gonna use suggestion as she's doing that on her.
Well,
Don't you think it's a little inappropriate if you just tell her to go touch herself instead?
Yeah, I was trying to find the joke, but I couldn't think of it.
I'm gonna use suggestion on her.
What do you say?
I'm gonna say stop. This is not happening again.
And then you hear her say, "Oh yes, it is," and it like grows again, and the arms come out toward you, and it takes another swipe at you.
Doesn't even
Stop.
It doesn't even make the save.
It's immune. Sorry.
Awesome.
He says, "Stop, not again."
Oh yes, again. All right. So you're. I'm guessing you're going to take it. So you take, and you haven't.
No, I'm
you
gonna
haven't.
roll and dodge.
You haven't. You haven't fully. You haven't finished your long rest yet. So you're still down those hit points, and you take another 16.
how many hit points you got, Landon?
I'm gonna do. Oh no, that's an action.
Enough panic, probably.
I got enough. Well, fuck. Okay.
Life's a struggle.
Were they on the net? Okay.
I'm gonna need you to make a con save.
Yeah, that's coming.
Oh my God, your hit
Oh,
points
we're
were
being conned.
reduced. Your hit points are reduced by another 16. What do you got left?
2.
Oh, you don't want to know what happens. Okay, you. All right.
Well, yeah, you die probably.
How close am I to him? Real quick.
You know what? I mean, this is all in pretty close confines. You're probably 10 feet away at most. From Leonin or from the little shadowy thing?
From this going on.
Leonin's probably 10 feet, and it's probably 15 feet to the thing.
Well, yeah, you're fucked. Because I'm technically still laying on the ground, just rubbing my eyes right now. Like,
Yeah, I
waking
mean,
up.
you're awake now. I mean, if you want to stand up, it's half your speed, which you've got another 15 feet of speed if you want to use it.
So, what was my action?
It was to cast the suggestion.
Okay. So that was happening while. So she was going during my action. Is what I'm.
No, I let you. You didn't really tell me you had an action, and so I let you.
Okay, that's
use
fine. That's fine. I was just kind
It
of
was-
a little confused.
Yeah, it was a
He
little
goes right
liberal.
after you. Yeah.
Yep. So, Asham, what are you doing?
Okay. I see this all unfolding in front of my face, and I'm very, very troubled right now. So
Oh, I mean, it's freaky. It's totally freaky.
so I assess the situation. So like, what do I see? Do I still see the shadow person fucking, excuse my language, screwing dude up real bad, or like, so what is the vision in front of my face right now?
I mean, you stand up or you sit up, and I mean,
Yeah, I sit up right now. I don't stand.
yeah, I mean, people are moving around. You hear the grumpy dwarf say, "The horses!" And girl scrambling, he's scrambling. You look over where the horses are. You briefly see Amir. Looks like he's opening the door to let him out. The door to exit the barn is wide open. Balner is, I don't know, where are you, Balner? Probably you were waking up Leonin. You're standing right next to him, and then on the far side of Leonin from Balner, so he's pretty close to you, is this small shadowy shape that grows to man height, long, like
Okay.
Gumby-like arms.
So I see this happening. So automatically I assess the threat, and
And
I
it's
pull
cold.
up my little mask, and I roll a stealth check.
Okay.
And I put a little grin on my face as I put over my mask.
Okay.
So check. My
Good roll.
grin grows even more as
You
I pull. And so that was my action, correct? The stealth
well,
check is my
you
action,
have
or is
you
that
have
how do you?
cunning. You have cunning
Yeah.
Action.
cunning action, so you could use that as one of your. That could be your bonus action if you have something else you want to do.
I was gonna... So I'm going to go behind. So do I see anybody like winding up for an attack or anything, or like do I see anybody else paying attention to this little girl except for Bud?
Um,
Well, he's
Balner
pretty much
seems
right in
to.
front of my face.
Yeah, I mean, Balner's right there, and so is Leonin, and so you're
So-
circling behind this thing.
Yeah, so a half movement to stand up and then circle behind it. So what that would be, I would still have some movement to get away because I just want to drop this at her feet.
He crit too.
And then there's the damage for it.
Would you get sneak attack from that?
I think I would. And that's usually I don't crit on it, so usually it only does like 3 to 4 damage. So like that's a first.
Oh, let me read this thing.
It's just comedic effort. It's just something I hold in my pocket. That's my little friend. You know what I mean? But like I have to make a new one every time I use it, so it takes a turn to make a new one.
But it doesn't explode until somebody hits it. Is that
No. So once it's just like a little bomb. You wind it up, place it, and it blows up. Like takes like maybe like 5 seconds, if that, to blow up. Like somebody could easily notice it because it's like meh. It's like one of those little wind up toys that you put on a. It's loud, dumb. Like you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
it's obvious. Like, but like I was stealth and I just placed it there. So the time that people look at it is like, oh, it's there. Oh, boom. Like.
Okay. So it does
it's-
fire damage. All right.
Yeah, and that's
Okay.
it's supposed to be just stupid. Like, but and then I as I place it, I walk away as far as I can, which wouldn't be very far, so I'd probably be
No.
still right by her.
Well, and the problem is, once you place it, you're gonna become visible again after the
Yeah.
attack.
Yeah,
You try to. So you guys see this. You didn't see the little hobgoblin guy move around to the side, but you do see this little toy kind of roll onto the floor and then boom, blows up at the feet of this shadow. It sort of disrupts her for a moment, you think, and fire kind of leaps up from it, and then the little hobgoblin kind of dances
Yeah.
back
Oh.
a couple of feet.
I get caught up like, what? Was me?
All right, Balner,
Yeah.
you're up.
Alrighty. Destroy undead.
Got the top
Sorry,
It
this
hasn't.
is different.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
And what is it? The Destroy Undead is it CR1 or 1/2 or what was the?
1/2 at 5th level.
Okay, so what do you say? What do you? I mean,
I think we've had about enough of you.
okay, all right. So it's got
Simple
to
and
make
to the point. I like this.
all right. So you got to make a DC save, right? Okay, so strength.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it-
basically
it's a
based on my
wisdom?
It's based on my channel.
Yeah, and I think there's a wisdom save if I'm not mistaken.
Your
Yes,
spell save
wisdom
I
save.
guess spell save DC. Yeah.
Oosh. Okay. Um, light erupts out from your holy symbol, and you're like, "Well, I think we've had about enough of you." And it. You see that even with the light that sort of kind of comes off of your holy symbol for a moment, it
You might want to cover that up.
the creature's shape sort of changes, and now you don't see that little girl anymore. Now it's this tall, lanky man, and he's got like his entire face is covered in little dots of red that you realize are eyes. And he says, "No." And all right, Amir, you're up.
And he doesn't run.
No, he does not.
Oh, that's gotta be a problem.
So have I actually let the horses out yet, or?
Well, that would be your action this time.
Well, fuck. Okay. Well then, y'all see Amir, still holding a little ball, walk into where the horses are pinned up after he's opened the gate, and basically try to shoo them out, like make them run.
All right, make an animal handling check.
Come on, do bad.
You're like slapping one on the ass. A little dust puffs up. Not much else.
You slap it on the ass, it kicks you,
It goes, woo!
or at least
shit.
tries to.
Well, I'm gonna be wasting a lot of turns there getting these
All right.
horses to move.
Horse looks at
Okar.
you like, "What the hey?"
Right. Okar
Hey.
runs over and he slams the gate shut. He's on the other side of it. You're in the pen with the horses. He slams the gate shut and he's like, "What the hell are you doing, Amir?"
I can't tell you.
He's like, I don't even know myself. He's like, what am I doing?
Newt screams and takes a shot at
That was
the
perfect.
shadowy thing that's attacking you, Leonin. And the arrow seems to rip into it, but doesn't seem to do a whole lot. It is now your turn.
Is there anything in a straight line from where this thing is?
No. In fact, I mean, there's the barn wall behind it, and hay and things like
Good
that.
thing you didn't cast that sending.
I'm like charging the lightning bolt in my hand, and I'm saying, "Fuck you and the bands you like," and I just go like, just the lightning bolt just goes.
Okay. All right. And you go to fry this thing. I like that picture actually.
Yeah, so I like visualize this as it happens. Like, yeah, that's what would happen. Like this is good.
May you be forever stuck at a Coldplay concert.
Hey, that's Hey, let's not utter that. All right.
Okay,
It seems,
Nickelback then.
it seems to anticipate that you are going to do that and dodges to the side, and you blast a hole in the wall
I give it -7.
and set a little bit of what?
I give it -7
What on his saving throw?
on his saving throw.
It's like on
With
life.
No, not on his saving throw. On his oh wait, no, I can't. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
You can do it on his attack.
Yeah,
when
I
he
can do
tries
it
to
on the attack. Yeah.
Okay, well, and that's fine. You can use that, and I'll even let you keep the 7. That's a pretty good roll. Okay, so he dodges to the side, and it catches him a little bit, but it doesn't do a lot to him, fortunately. Dang it. Okay. All right.
So
Yeah.
you rolled. No. The DC is still my charisma, correct?
It would be, I
On
think, a
that lightning bolt.
16.
Okay.
16
Okay. I
for
just
the
want to
total.
make sure that even though it's not my, even because like no, I guess even with a wizard it would be charisma, right? Or like a sorcerer. If a sorcerer was casting lightning bolt, the DC would still be a charisma DC.
No, it'd be intelligence based.
Oh, it would be intelligence based.
Sorcerers are Christmas.
Sorcerers
charisma
are
too.
charismas.
Oh, I thought you said wizard. I'm sorry.
I did
Yeah.
say wizard originally. Okay, I was just making sure that save is going off my charisma. I was just making
16,
sure.
16 is high for where we are now.
No, I understand that. What I'm saying is I was making sure my College of Lore changed the save to 16.
Oh.
Or change it to
okay.
charisma and not an intelligence-based save.
Right. You cast them as bard spells.
The shadowy man, which hang on a second, I'm gonna
There's a better one.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, the shadowy man, he slices at you with his long claws, and if it wasn't for your cutting words, you'd think that it would have hit you, and you'd probably be dead.
Disengage. I would say if I wasn't charmed.
Yeah, well, I already used my action to cast the lightning bolt.
Yeah, run away.
And I would love to heal myself, but my max HP is 2 right now.
Run
so-
away.
Yeah, that's a run type of
it's not my
situation.
action anymore.
All right, so what do you do? You're back up again, Elmo.
Okay, so so technically I'm behind her still, right? Oh no, it's dead, right? Is that what I'm?
No, it transformed, it changed and became.
Oh yeah.
Taller
Oh yeah.
man right
The
now.
light came out. My fault. The light. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm still like behind it, like skirt a little bit, like.
You're off to the side. You're probably within about 5 feet, 5 to 10 feet of it.
Is it a? Do I realize that it's aware of me at all?
It has not shown any awareness of you yet.
So, technically, still get sneak attack. That's that what you told me.
You could give it a shot. You're gonna probably need to re-stealth again, though. Well, no, you don't even need. He's closed in combat with Leonin. All you got to do is get up to it.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm gonna use my cunning action. I'm gonna blast orbit.
You're gonna what?
I got 3 little things as a hobgoblin. So that's the second one I have. This is why. So it's called this here. This is all like a thing out of a book. I have all this stuff already.
So when this thing blows, it does a 10-foot diameter blast.
Yeah.
Are you gonna place it in such a way that it blasts him and Leonin, or are you gonna step back afterwards?
Before I was gonna do it, so I'm gonna go up to him. I'm gonna stab him once, and then use this as my cunning action for my bonus action. Is that? Would you call that cool?
Generally, no. I mean, you could, if this was an object and you use that object, you could do it, but you'd need to be like a thief to use an object as part of your cunning action. You can typically hide, disengage, or dash as part of your cunning action.
Okay,
you could do this as your action, but you couldn't attack plus.
Oh, so wait, hold on. So I think as a rogue, it's called. So I should be able to use a cunning action and attack at the same time. Like I can use a dagger, and then for my offhand dagger, I can use the other dagger, but not do the if. I can't remember how it works.
Your offhand takes your bonus action, so you won't be able to cunning action.
Right.
If you do offhand attack.
Okay, so I can. Yeah. Okay,
but
that'd be an action.
You could do both and move. You could move up to it, do that, and then move back. It might get a reaction against you if you were trying to back away from it.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Dangerous deal. Okay. All right.
Okay, so yeah, I don't stealth up if it's not even aware of me. Do you want me to roll something to make like if it notices
Well,
me?
okay, the way I play it is that once you attack, once you do something, it becomes aware of you. Okay, so if you're trying to be stealthy, you would need to re-roll again and move.
This is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna walk up to it. I'm gonna do my my blast orb, and then I'm going to bonus action stealth away. So bonus action disengage and stealth. Right? Does that sound right?
You could just simply disengage, but you couldn't do disengage,
Okay. Yeah. So
stealth,
yeah,
and your attack. That
that's
would
what
be
it
like
is. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I haven't played a rogue in a little bit, so. So yeah, I'll walk up to it, blast orb, and then use my bonus action to disengage.
okay, that makes sense. All right.
So, hold on, I have to click this.
So
Oh, no,
I don't have
press
the
4.
battle map. I don't have the battle map out to show like 5.
No, yeah, no, you're good, you're good. Yeah,
But
but so
you're-
like I'm just saying, I'll
but
disengage.
you're
So
when
I
I
do 4
read
damage to it.
yep, when I read this, it hits in like a 10-foot radius or a 10-foot diameter. Do you drop it right on this thing, or do you drop it behind it? You know, because I mean, it could
So
potentially.
first of all, is there anything flammable? I need to ask that question first. I mean,
Yes.
I already did it, so like.
Yeah, there's
where-
already straw. There's already straw burning a little bit around the area.
Okay, so I'll do it like this. So I'll throw it in the area where I don't want it to create any more damage, but this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna roll 1d20. So anything closer to 20 means I got it. Anything under, let's say 10, means I totally botched it. Okay, we're good. So yeah,
Okay.
I kind of throw it where I want to, a little bit.
All right. Okay, that's fine. You don't blast Leonin with your blast orb.
Okay,
And,
good.
Just hit the creature and you disengage him back. All right. Okay.
Apparently, I'm better at throwing than I thought I was. But yeah, then I kind of disengage and just kind
All
of stay kind of in the back a little bit. Wait for
All right,
my
Valner?
opportunity.
Jason.
You're doing yeah, I see what he did
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I'm just looking up.
2d8 damage. Has to do a dex save.
Okay. Sorry, hang on a second. Save. Okay, you hit this thing with radiant light, and it screams. It does not like that at all.
Nice.
All right, Amir, you're up.
Well, I still haven't completed the action with which I was tasked, so
Right.
I will. I guess I'll try to open the gate again. Contested athletics against Okar.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, poor guy.
Well, I mean, I'd rather fail, but at the
It'll be
same
the
time,
one-
at the
I
same
need to run
time, I
downstairs and
would
get some wine.
want
2
to
seconds.
succeed. That way, I can get the horses out of here, so I can actually take actions again.
Right. He's pushing against you, and he's like trying to grab you through the gate. He's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Don't worry about it. I can't tell you.
That's gonna probably take his action too. Well, let's see. Be contested. I think he can still do his action.
Mhm.
Yeah, if it's contested, it's like, trying to fight off a grapple.
Yeah. You're pushing and he's pushing, and he reaches up over the gate and he just clocks you right in the face, and you take 5 points of damage. And he says, "Knock it off."
Would that knock me out of it? Or do
Well,
I have to take damage from the
You have to take damage from him.
apparition?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what he does.
Sorry, can't tell you. Let me open the gate.
Newt does another shot at it. All right, Leonin, you're up. This thing is still right in front of you.
Mhm.
Run away.
Crawl
You-
away!
yeah.
Crawl away!
You feel like you're almost dead, and
If
it
I-
actually
if I-
looks at you. It looms up in front of you, Leonin, and it says, "You're about to join us."
Oh fuck.
I know I'm gonna get shit from Baldur for running away, but what are you gonna do? I'll disengage.
You're right in front of me, and I can see how bad off you are. So I'm probably
No
not
shit
going to
being
say
thrown.
nothing.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna disengage,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna run away.
Okay. There, you got the gates or whatever the swinging doors. You can go right out of those. There's a hole you blasted in the other side. You can go there.
What's his name has the gates closed, right?
Well, there's two gates. There's the big doors that open up to the barn opens, out to the outside world. Amir already threw those open. There's a gate to like a little paddock inside of the barn.
You know what I'm gonna
And
do?
Okar is pushing against that, like punching Amir over the top of the gate, yelling at him.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I obviously see Amir not doing anything. I'm gonna
Wait.
run. I'm gonna run and tackle Amir. Can I do that?
Technically, you've already used your action to disengage, but you can move up to where he is with Okar on the. But Okar is holding the gate closed,
All right.
and you can get up to that gate,
Okay. Then
and that'll probably be pretty much your action.
yeah, I have a bonus action. Hang on.
Okay.
No, I don't really have anything. I mean, I could heal myself, but whoop de freaking do. Oh, I'll throw inspiration at Balner because he's doing all the damage.
Okay. All right. The
That'll be
creature
my
attacks
third
you, Balner.
inspiration.
Okay,
What's your armor class, Balner?
24.
Jeez. Okay. It can't get through your shield. All right. All right, Asher, you're up.
Sorry, I was beating the crap out of a popsicle. So I see all this kind of happening, and I look down and I don't have any more explosives left. And I kind of look over to the gate and I see you guys struggling at the gate. Now, is the big thing it's still there, right? But it's not like.
It's vaguely man-sized at this point, and it's facing down Balner. You're on the other side of this thing from Balner.
Do I
The
see them
dwarf.
struggling with the gate like hardcore?
It looks to you like the dwarf that doesn't like you and Leonin are at the gate, and that dwarf is trying to keep the gate closed, and you see the sorcerer Amir on the other side of the gate trying to open it.
Well, I'm gonna leave him to that. We'll just deal with this. So, do I see anything hanging from the ceiling? Do I see anything that might
Sure.
help
There-
this situation?
There's ropes and pulleys and stuff like that inside
Is
of
there like big hay bales above our just
absolutely.
Okay. I like this. Okay, now would these hay bales be situated in such a way that might land on this person if I cut them in such a way?
Well, you don't even have to cut them. You could just push one off a ledge.
Now, is he pretty? Is he rickety? Like, is he like? Can I visibly tell that a hay bale landing on this thing would hurt it, or would it just be like, "Wah," like?
Well, I mean, they look heavy. You know,
I'm a
they
little
might,
guy.
they might be 20, 30 pounds.
All right, we'll try it. So I'll.
You're gonna climb up and push one off.
Yeah, you need me to roll some kind of check to climb up in a quick fashion.
Make an athletics test.
Yeah. Well.
You climb up and you tip one off, but it doesn't hit the creature. It just lands beside it.
Okay, so then I'll do cunning. So Okay, hear me out. All right, hear me out. So it lands right beside it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so all I got is this last little thing left. Just cross your fingers, all right? Because it technically doesn't always work. So I'm gonna look at my little thing here. Did I get it? Okay, hold on. I gotta reread this. So a small brass rod with a slit at the top and a button on the side. When the button on the device is pressed, roll 1d6 on an even roll. The device produces a miniature flame, which you can use to light a candle, torch, or campfire. Kind of what I want to do. on a roll of 1, the device explodes, causing 1d4 damage. Okay, good. So it didn't explode. So I'm gonna throw it down onto the little hay bale now.
So you light the hay bale on fire.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The hay bale catches fire. It hasn't
That's all
like grown into a huge rolling
Yeah,
fire
yeah.
yet, but
That's all I can. That's all I can do.
All right. Balner, you're up again. Okay. What kind of damage
Jason.
does that?
Oh yeah,
Well,
never mind.
Radiant
Yeah.
damage.
It does radiant damage. Okay. All right.
And if you
That's
didn't,
definitely going to hit.
if you didn't hit, you could have the D8.
Okay. And damage. And you're doing a higher level cast. Okay.
Wow,
Okay.
that's terrible.
How do you want that to end?
Oh. I like him. I like him. He's thinking. And
Rest
it's
in
gonna be
pieces.
simple. Yeah, it's gonna be, he's thinking it's gonna be simple. I like it.
Jesus. All right. Okay. So you blast this thing, put a smoking hole right through the center of its chest, and it sort of just starts to disintegrate, as it were, like black wisps sort of falling away. And you hear a little girl's voice, Balner, that simply says, "Please, mister, save us." And then it's gone.
As soon as it's gone, I'm like, fuck this place.
Start to look at all the fire around us. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't-
So
I didn't. do this.
I quickly yell for Amir to put the hay bale out.
So when that happens, Amir, you snap out of it.
Ah, fuck. 'Cause I realize now that I had been charmed. Because I like
Again.
wake up. Yeah.
I look to him and I go, "It happens to the best of us, pal."
All right. I'll start.
Oh, sorry, I need to mute my microphone.
Charmed, I'm sure.
I'll start Ray of Frosting. All of the where the fire's breaking out.
Okay. All right. So you put them out. There's no problem. Between that and I think I don't think can Thaumaturgy put out fires? I think it does, can it? I think between those abilities you can do that.
Yes.
Prestidigitation can
Prestidigitation
put
can
out.
snuff out a small flame.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
guys can quickly drop get rid of those fires. No problem. And yeah. So when that's all said and done, Okar, he goes back to his cot, and he actually takes a hay bale and he sets it against one of the outside walls, and he just sits with his back against the wall, and he's just staring at you guys, and he's like, "What the hell happened to you, Amir?"
Well,
Charmed, I'm sure.
So when that happens, I'm going to.
You're nearly dead, man.
I know. So when he says that, I'm actually gonna cast suggestion on him.
on
who?
Okar.
Yeah, on Okar.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make him. I'm gonna say jump up and down.
To Okar.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, you're just making a point.
I'm making a point.
I was kind of wondering. I was like, "Oh, damn."
Yeah. No. It's just to make the point.
Okay. he kind of frowns and looks at you and he goes, okay. And he gets over and he starts jumping up and down.
And then I'll say stop and release the spell.
And after that happens, he's quiet for a bit of time. And he's evidently not an idiot. And he looks at you both, Lynn and Amir, and he says, I don't understand. He goes, did that thing do the same thing to you? And if so, how the hell do you have that ability? He goes, are you one of them? He goes, they could come back in here at any moment. He goes, we're not safe here.
Yeah, I didn't want to stop at this freaking town in the first place.
I didn't either. You were the one that came back here. Let's look at Okar. Be like, you were the one that came back here.
Well, he says there was a damn, I don't know what the hell that thing was out there.
Yeah.
Something draconic.
Something I'd rather fight than these stupid pieces of shit.
Well, if we can.
Balner, sorry, Balner. When you look at Leonin, he's pale. His lips are blue. He has like dark, deep circles under his eyes. You can actually see like the vein pulsing in his neck. He looks awful.
All right. I'll cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Is he under the effect of like a magic spell or anything?
No. Make a religion check.
Can I make a religion check?
Sure. The answer, whenever you ask the question, you're a bard. You can always make a damn
I
check.
know. I mean, I should always be able to make a check.
Yeah.
Actually,
Okay, well,
my religion is better than Balner's, and I'm not even religious.
Right. You're
I just
Actually, your religion isn't better. Your intelligence level is higher.
I see what you did there.
see what you did there. I'm also proficient. I'm also proficient in religion, so it helps.
Yeah. So you both are reasonably confident that this thing, this undead entity, drained his life force, and he's just like a hair's breadth from death. And you feel it, Leonin. Like
Is it
you're
like a curse?
Not a curse so much, but it drained his life. He needs rest, probably time in the sun.
The sun.
You haven't
Some
seen
vitamin A, B, C, D, and F.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I almost had a full night's sleep. I was 2 hours away until, I was rudely interrupted by a little girl with a ball.
Okar says again. He says, he goes, this was kind of my fault. He says, do we want to try to weather the rest of the night here, or do we want to try to hit the road?
Yeah, I'm about to die. I'm about to go upstairs and lay back down.
I stick my head outside. How long until daylight? Is
You think maybe a few more hours.
I promise that I'll shoot spells first, ask questions later next time. So I would say let's go ahead.
No, don't go by that logic. Then
Well,
we're gonna turn into Gryffindor.
For a little shadow kids, yeah.
Oh yeah, no
For
more
sure.
no more helping out the shadow kids. Lightning bolts every time.
So what do? You try to weather.
I'm going back to bed.
well, at the moment I'm trying to see if I have a spell that'll help.
Hey, I raised my hand and said, I got good sleep. I could watch this time.
I'm like
a protection from evil would probably work.
I have protection. I have protection from evil.
I can do that. Would the daylight spell do anything?
I literally cast protection from good and evil on myself.
I mean, I mean, you suspect that these creatures probably are adverse to sunlight. So, I mean, I mean, how long does it last? I don't think it lasts that long.
Less than an hour.
Probably lasts longer than the protection spell. You have to concentrate on it.
No.
Okay. So you
Protection
light
is 10 minutes, so
Yep.
yeah, just daylight.
you light this you light the inside of the barn up.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
60-foot radius sphere of light.
All right. You guys have a difficult time sleeping much, but you're at least able to lay around and get a little.
Well, I can
mask.
actually just set it. I can set it so it's like just outside the building, so that it's just coming in the hole.
Yeah.
Lenin has
Sure.
a little sleeper mask that he gets out. It's silk and it's got little F's on it for Farvale on it. Real nice.
When you take it off in the morning, you have a nice little tan. Like, oh.
Right.
It's actually little D's for Duloc.
So yeah, you make it till morning.
Farquad.
No,
Takes it
no,
out, says
right.
his and hers on it.
No more of those ghostly children bothering you. And morning finally arrives. It's still just lightly raining. It's actually pretty warm out, and there's just a light breeze that rolls through the inside of the barn, and it actually feels pretty good, aside from the rain outside. So
Do we get a long rest out of that?
you get a long rest.
Do I get my hit points back?
So I
You
get
do.
all my little toys back.
Thank God.
Well, you don't have 50. You don't have 50 hit points like a mirror.
Yeah, right. I got 33 with an AC of 12.
Okay, and I did see one thing on your
29. Less.
29 hit points.
I think so. Hold on. Sorry, excuse me. I'm munching right now, but I think I have less than that. After 22 hit points.
Then before I go back to sleep, I heal you.
No, like as a rogue, that's how many hit points do I have? Oh, my armor class is 50. Yeah, I'm just a weak little. I'm weak. I didn't roll very good on my health.
I'll have to take a look at your Elmo after this to kind of get a better sense of, well, you've got 6 hit dice. You could effectively.
I rolled earlier and I rolled horribly.
Okay, well, if you want to leave it that way, we sure can. All right.
Hey, I roll.
Although
I'm
seeing an AC of 29. That can't be right.
I rolled like 2 ones in there.
Well, your armor class should be, based on your dex, which would be a 13 plus any armor you're wearing. If you're,
Plus
I see
2.
leather gives you a +1, so that'd be a 14.
I thought I was at 15. I could be at 14. Could have made it next. There's a reason why I think.
Well, it's definitely not a 29. I'll drop it to 15.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, no, I dropped that a second ago.
Okay.
So,
All right.
I don't know how it was at 29.
Alrighty. So, what do you guys do in the morning?
Sleeping.
You keep sleeping. All right.
Start to investigate the town.
Yeah, I think I would be interested in seeing what the hell is going on here.
I have a quick question though. Sorry for talking with my mouth full, but so is this town like? Do we know that people actually live here and stay here, or is this like deserted?
No, it's deserted.
That's what we're
Okay,
trying
well,
to figure out.
First things first, before anybody walks outside, I look down on the ground to see if there's any fresh footprints.
Good call. Make a survival check.
Because it's raining, right? So there should be some mud. I don't see shit.
Yeah. No, you're not seeing anything that might be fresh prints.
So you guys just
Definitely
see me
not.
Pretty much
Definitely not the fresh
crawling in
prints
the
of
mud.
Bel Air.
So how about like a taxi with some dice in the mirror?
God. I'm sorry, I said it and I was like, oh. All right. So Leonid's sleeping in. Balner, you check on Leonin. He looks decidedly better.
All right.
And you look around, at least in your immediate vicinity. Here, let me open this up again, because it is daytime.
Is it cloudy? You said it's raining?
Yeah, I mean it's a light rain.
But we can see the sun, right?
Oh gosh, there's lots of stuff. This is a town. Like, how do I not know more about this place, Tony?
It's actually a fairly small little hamlet.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably not even worth my time.
I mean, it should have been. There's dead little children walking around with crazy little demons inside of them. I mean, might want to take a note of that.
You look down the hill, and way over to the west, it looks like the ground there is just very swampy. There are some houses among the kind of swamp, the lowlands. The brown areas that you see, those are some fields where there's a little bit of crops that maybe sprang back up from last year's crop, but most of it's just what's left over from last year's dead crop.
There's no ominous scarecrows, giants.
Oh, there's definitely some scarecrows in these brown fields.
I'm not going nowhere near that.
Yeah, so once Leonin wakes up, he'll probably suggest that, well, go with Amir's idea and suggest that we explore the town.
Okay. Well, I think now it's
what we should do is we need to go fucking look for Grundar.
And Kellenan.
And Kellenan, wherever they got dropped off at. So forget this town. That's what we're going to do next.
We can hit this on the way back from the mine. I mean, I love a good mystery. Don't get me wrong, but we do still have a job to do.
I'll look at everybody on the mind if I tag along.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, why not?
Well, shucks.
So, just out of curiosity, what did you guys think of the little 3D videos of the town?
Nice. Very something I haven't had people do on Roll20 ever.
I think they're cool.
The fact
Yeah, I
that
like
you took
them.
time out of that, that's nice.
The one thing I noted that you can't really interact with them. You just kind of play them, and they run through. I mean, obviously, Roll20 doesn't have like an ability to insert them at key points and trigger them or things like that. So
Embedded video.
yeah. So but even that said, I mean, like you could do like a walkthrough with it, but I mean, I thought it was potentially good for the ambiance. But I'm interested in feedback that I can pass along.
Yeah, I think it works good.
Okay.
I didn't realize we were doing a through stream in there for a second, so I was just. Now I'm watching stream.
All right. Well, guys, we'll catch up next week.
Yeah,
For
sounds
sure.
good, guys.
All right.
Good
All
session.
right. Let me know between now. It sounds like you're to your friends, and then continue on the journey.
Yeah. I just need to talk to you after this too. So.
Alrighty.
Yep, sounds good, guys.
Okay, guys. Have a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, it was fun. Thank you guys.
See ya.